Give me coffee in the morning, gotta have the caffeine. Wake me up, shake me up, dip me like a lassie. One sip, two sips, and I'm feeling so alive. Coffee in the morning, it's the best way to survive. Woke up in the morning, sleepy eyes yawning. Jumped out of bed, started the day, opened the curtains. Felt the cool breeze, the sun shining on my face. But something was missing, I needed my job to chase. Give me coffee in the morning, give me coffee in the morning, gotta have the caffeine. Wake me up, shake me up, dip me like a lassie. One sip, two sips, and I'm feeling so alive. Coffee in the morning, it's the best way to survive.
Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Get yourself together, grab your coffee, your tea, whatever your morning vice might be. If you like a little whiskey in it, hey, we're not going to judge you. Come on in and get comfy. Welcome in, Dolphin. How are you this morning?
Oh, good morning. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. I'm awake.
Yeah.
I'm awake and having my coffee. Getting ready to hang out with you guys and unpack some new discovery evidence that was come down in the Idaho 4 case. So we're going to be going over that today. I did take the time to go over some of the other documents we were talking about and make some highlights and notes, and then we had some new stuff come down yesterday evening. So we're going to take a look at all that. Y'all come on in. Carrie, welcome in. Rondi, hey, good morning. Iowa backyard. Nice. Well, thank you for coming in and saying good morning. Catch us on the replay. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. All right, guys, in case you haven't seen or don't know yet, body cam footage was released in the Idaho 4 case of the moments after law enforcement arrived on scene after the 911 call was made. And the surviving roommates and the friends that were there that morning. And what was it? Over 300 photos were
Almost
released.
400. Yep.
Yeah, 380, I think it was, something like that.
Yep, 382.
So we have all those photos to take a look at as well, and we'll get busy unpacking that. So hopefully everybody had a good night. A lot of busy people reviewing this stuff. I reviewed the video, and this morning I went through all the photos. So, how many times have you watched it? A couple of times? Yeah,
The body cam?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh goodness.
Definitely.
Okay. So, let me get all my stuff together here, guys.
No, Carrie, I didn't get any sleep. I've been up all night, but that's okay.
Here we go.
I'm good to go.
There you go. Yes. I figured she was up all night. I know she was up late, and then this morning I figured you had been up all night. Okay, so we'll get going here in a few minutes. Okay. Good morning, Sirius. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Let me get my chat pulled up here so I can see everything in real time. There we go. All right. There's probably a few people still sleeping, trying to roll out of the bed. Sometimes we roll early over here. It is 8:36 Central Time. So, 9:30 for you East Coast people, and I don't know what time it is for the rest of the world. All right. So what was it? Law and Crime put out the video, and then I think Brian Enton released as well. The Brian Enton video, for some reason, is a little blurrier, and they took out some pieces. So we're going to go with the Law and Crime video because it's the full length that we know of, and it's a much clearer video. Now, guys, they did blur out the images of the surviving roommates and the friends that were there, and that's okay. But we'll be able to hear everything, and we'll be able to see it. Let me get this pulled up over here. Oh, that's the... I pulled up the live stream versus the video we need to watch. Like, no. Okay.
Yeah, I was just moving some windows around myself.
Okay. Let me get the long crime video up. Now, guys, we'll let it play through, and we'll all just watch it together. And then well, if I have a thought that needs to burst out of my head, I might have to stop and say it. But I'm going to try to let it play through, and then we'll have a conversation about what we're seeing. So let me get this pulled up on screen. And let me get a warning up here just in case. I know some people feel certain kind of ways. Also, there may be things that Dylan says or does that I have a comment or two about. Just don't take it personally. Okay. Viewer content. That way, in case anybody gets, forgets they're in true crime.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right, guys. So this is the body cam footage that was released in the Idaho 4 case. We all knew that. Most of us have known that Dylan called the roommate or the friends from next door to come over to help her get into the house or to look around the house, see what's happening. And this is where it starts.
I heard them dancing and laughing. Kaylee went upstairs and she screamed because someone was in the room and she ran downstairs. And I kept calling her name and she wouldn't answer. And then I saw the guy. I actually locked the door and then I ran downstairs to we don't know what's going on.
Just come here. There's two. Looks like fatalities.
I heard her scream and she ran downstairs because she saw someone. That's what I'm pretty sure she said. Someone's here and she screamed and just ran downstairs. And I called for her name, but I jumped up and locked my door because I was so scared. And then I heard someone in the bathroom and I heard her crying and I heard some guy say that you're going to be okay, I'm going to help you. And I kept calling her name, but she wasn't answering. And then I opened the door for a second and I saw this guy and he was not insanely tall, but he was wearing all black and like this mask that was just covering his forehead and his mouth.
Well, get into town. We've got a quadruple homicide.
I'm trying to contact the 11-2013 at 10-11-15. 3170, what was the second unit going now? 40. Pretty happy. Multiple other people on the phone are not picking up. Roommate on scene is passed out, not waking up. Well, if they got drunk on the city, just say something about a male being in the room with them. Trying to get for them. Come on, still I want to be around. When I copy that, 20-year-old female, unconscious, trying to get further.
Where's she at? Yep. Where's she at? Where's she at?
Yes.
Where at? Up here?
Up here. We got a call from them that someone, there was normal, and I just came in checking in here, and this is like this.
13. Okay, get back.
I don't know if they're still in here or not. Really just in here. I grabbed the knife. They're like
1370. Okay, stay back there, please. Slow down. Just come here. There's two. Looks like fatalities. Dude. All right. Okay. Nobody's allowed to leave for now. Okay. Just stay here for me, please. You know the... Okay. Here. Can you guys go over to the dumpster for me, please? Okay, let's clear it. Thanks for... It's over here.
okay.
I'll just start down here. Police department.
Police department. Moscow Police Department, if you're in here, announce yourself. Moscow Police Department.
Clear here. Going up.
There.
Police department.
We're on third floor, going up. We got another. Moscow Police Department.
Dude.
House clear?
We're clear. Let me just secure the outside first.
Go to the front door.
There's a back entry. I was going to start taping it all off.
Brian's taping the outside off.
Okay.
Where's the other?
There's two right here. House is clear. I already got in there.
Shut the door.
Shut
Down in there.
Check with the prints.
Okay, so I only stopped because I see the question about Dylan's statements about saying Kaylee's name.
Mm-hmm.
And in the documents that we read, she tells one cop that she didn't say it was Kaylee. Then when the second cop writes his report, he says he's writing the narrative told to him by the other officer. Then we hear the name. Then that's when we hear she said the name Kaylee. That's the only time it's ever really mentioned. I don't think Dylan ever said she doesn't know who it was running down the stairs. She's assuming it was Kaylee, but Kaylee's upstairs on the 3rd floor. So I'm not buying that she heard Kaylee. She heard something. She don't know what the hell she was hearing, obviously.
There's nothing else out there. Do you want me to go back there and start IDing people? Okay. Okay, I'm going to start IDing all of them. It's a
Okay, and those are the first responders that they're telling that they don't need their services.
Yeah. Some interesting footage of the cop coming down from the 3rd floor.
thank you.
No, you're good.
Hang in there, brother. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize they were going to start talking. Just some things I'm watching and listening to sounds, watching that cop come down from the 3rd floor down the stairs, hearing the footsteps of that cop, and then how tight where that table's sitting was never bumped and knocked over. Just little things like this I'm noticing and thinking about.
Yeah, that table's a little off center though. Like it did get moved to the right.
It might have got bumped or slid, but I'm saying it's not knocked over. I'm looking for when you come down those 3rd stairs from the 3rd floor down to the 2nd floor and you enter that living room, the way that table's sitting and the clearance around the table. If he chased Xana down the stairs, because allegedly police think Xana could have went upstairs based on what the noises Dylan was hearing. That's the only way they think that. So if somebody got chased down those stairs and ran through that living room, or was attacked in the living room to begin with, I'm just looking for signs of that around this table and how it's just sitting there, just slid a little bit.
Did they tell you anything? Did they want to ask about it? We were in the main room.
This is one of the...
Pretty much they were in the main room. I heard them dancing and laughing. Kaylee went upstairs and she screamed because someone was in the room and she ran downstairs. And I kept...
She screamed because somebody was in the room. That's pretty much a sign that something might be amiss.
calling her name and she wouldn't answer. And then I saw the guy. I actually locked the door and I ran downstairs. We don't know what's going on.
Can you come here with me, please? Break Fire 3170. Could you guys grab some blankets for all these people out here?
Oh, okay.
No, Dylan, you can go back in.
Nope. Just come over here with me, please. Okay. Just give me 1 second, please. I'm gonna get your name and information. Just 1 second. We'll get you a blanket and stuff, alright? Thanks, guys. Yeah, that'd be good for now, and then maybe the big white blankets whenever you move on. Actually, you guys should probably just hang on to these whenever. Is that ambulance on its way? No, they got it. Okay. We would like a blanket right now. It's temporary. Anybody like one for your feet to stand on? Okay. I'll let you. Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, if that ambulance shows up, that'd be great to grab some blankets. Yeah, 1 second, man. Let me just grab all your guys' info. They're warmer. Okay. I know she was barefoot, so I was hoping to get something for her, but thank you.
Oh, Jeff, these cops were never the monsters the other channels painted them out to be. Blah, 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 right? I mean,
Thank you very much. Thanks, boss.
in fact, the only monster in this whole story was the one who slithered into the back door. That's for sure.
Okay, what's your last name? And your first name?
That's Jack right there on the
And
left.
your middle name?
With his hand behind his back.
Yeah.
What's a good phone number to reach out? Okay, and is this your address?
Yes.
What's that address?
1122 King Road.
Is your driver's license right?
Yes.
Okay. How much have you seen in there?
No, I don't really know. I just saw my friend when I called because we were so scared. We're like, can you please come help us? And that's all I saw. I told us not to go in. That man right there. That helped show you around.
They did go in there.
Yeah, and that's when he told us you need to call the cops right now.
Do you mind just waiting over there for me, please? Okay. Now I overheard you talking about last night.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to. The more we know right now, the better. We can start this process.
Yeah.
Somebody will probably be revisiting this interview with you
Yeah.
very soon. Again. Okay. So you're probably gonna have to retell the story quite a
That's
bit.
fine.
All right. What do you remember seeing? What started?
I remember I was in my room and I was trying to go to bed and I heard Kaylee, who ex-girlfriend who also has a dog Murphy.
Real fast. Which one is your room?
Kaylee.
Which one is your room?
Oh,
What room are you in? You were in that room?
my room, not Xana's room. My room.
And your
It's
room is this one right here?
next to the stairs. That one is Xana's room.
Second floor room.
Second floor.
Okay.
All I heard was I heard her go upstairs. Like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep now because she's going upstairs. All
And
of
you
a
heard
sudden,
who go upstairs?
Kaylee and the dog Murphy.
And upstairs to the very top?
Yeah, that's where her room is.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden I heard her walking up. I heard her scream, and she ran upstairs because she saw someone. That's what I'm pretty sure she said. Someone's here, and she screamed and just ran downstairs. And I called for her name, but I jumped up and locked my door because I was so scared.
So I don't know which girl went up the stairs or who Dylan actually heard screaming. So if Xana did go up there, so be it. But I was scared. I'm sorry. Somebody's in your house screaming, and I don't know why it took all night to figure out if I'm scared or not. It's weird. I'm trying, but damn. That girl. Okay.
And then I heard someone in the
Oh, shit. What had happened? Let me pull it back down and pull it back up again. Is it? That's ridiculous. All right, let me try that. Oh, like the whole thing went away. Come back here. We don't got time for all that. Okay. All right. Let me get it back to where we were at. Right here. Yeah, it went. It was right where we needed it, and then it jumped and went away. So I was like, "Well, fuck it. Okay, here we go.
Oh, okay.
Get it back. We'll get it back to where we were." Right here. Hold on, guys, because for some reason it's not wanting to play. I don't know what the hell just
I
happened.
know that this is a rumor, and I'm trying to, I guess we'll maybe find out
What's going on?
whether or not Xana's phone or a watch recorded movement or whatever. And that's how they supposedly, came to the conclusion that she went upstairs.
Haven't seen anything yet in any of
Yeah,
the
no,
documents that
that's.
I've read because I've been
Mhm,
waiting to see that as well, and
mhm.
nothing yet.
Yeah, but there's some other things that are coming that kind of make me think that it was her.
Xana maybe, but not Kaylee.
No, that's who I'm talking about, is Xana.
Yeah,
Because I think she was in the kitchen.
yeah. There's a
Pretty
possibility
sure
of
she
that.
was.
I can see that. Never, I always knew she was in that kitchen at some point, but did she hear something and run upstairs? Yeah, there is a possibility of that. I can't take that off the table, but I don't think it was Kaylee she was hearing.
No, So that
I
doesn't
heard
make
someone in the
sense
bathroom and I heard
logically.
her crying. And I
No.
heard some guy say that you're gonna be okay. I'm gonna help you. And I kept calling her name, but she wasn't answering. And then I opened the door for a second and I saw this guy, and he was not insanely tall, but he was wearing all black and like this mask that was just covering his forehead and his mouth. And I locked the door and I called, and I didn't know what to do.
This was at 4
4
this
a.m.
morning?
Yes.
Okay.
And so then I just ran down to
You left here?
I left my room down to she's that one with the white blinds at the very bottom. I ran down there and we talked, and we just locked the door. We didn't think anything of it. We're like, nothing happens in Moscow, so we just like tried to go to bed. And then we woke up, and it was weird because none of our roommates were up, and we called all of them. They were not waking up, and so me and like, this is weird. So I called and to come over, and then that's when all this happened.
Who all lives here with you?
Me, that woman right there.
Okay. Who's Xana?
Xana is the girl in there.
Is the girl that lives this floor?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you spell her name?
Xana.
Do you know if she has a middle name?
Alexis, I think.
Do you know what her last name is?
Kernodal. K. I don't know how to spell it really. K. You know? R-N-O-D-L.
K-A-E-R.
K-E-R.
K-E-R.
N-O.
N-O.
L-E.
D-L-E? Okay.
X-A-N-A.
X-A-N-A. Okay.
Ethan, who's in there, he doesn't actually live here, but he's here like almost all the time.
Ethan is a male that lives here, and
He doesn't actually live here. He's in the room with Xana, I believe.
he's in there right now.
But he doesn't live here, but he's here a lot. And then there's Maddie, Mogan, and Kaylee up top. I don't know where they're at though.
Maddie
Mogan, and
Maddie
Kaylee,
Mogan.
Yeah.
And who?
Kaylee Goncalves. She's the girl that I was talking about, Kaylee, who I just heard her go upstairs and then run back down the stairs.
Okay. And the guy that lives here, his name was what? He's usually here.
Ethan Chapman.
Ethan. And you knew he was here this morning?
No, I didn't know. I had no idea he was here.
Okay. All right. Describe the guy that you saw.
I don't think he was a little bit taller than me, and I couldn't really see much of him, but I'm almost positive he was wearing a full black outfit, and he had this mask that was just over his forehead and over his mouth, and he didn't say anything to me, like, at all. I just shut the door and locked it, because I didn't know what to do, and I think he went out.
As far as the Chapin vehicles go, the red Jeep was shared by Ethan and his brother. The black SUV belonged to Sister Maisie. When she arrived on scene, she pulls into the parking pad right behind her brother's Jeep, which now made her vehicle part of the crime scene.
No, that's
Like,
not
beside-
true.
What?
Maisie didn't have a car. When Hunter Chapin called her, she said she didn't have a ride, and he said, well, get somebody to bring you, or whatever.
Well-
That was already there. She's not on the scene yet.
Well, one of them drove that vehicle there because Stacy Chapin came out very early on and showed photos of the cars and said they bought the Jeep for the boys to share to go to college, and Maisie took her black SUV.
Yep.
And then she stated that the police confiscated the cars. So how they
Right.
got there, which one actually drove the truck up there, the black SUV, I don't know. But they are the Chapin family cars, both of them.
Right. I was just saying they were there probably from the night before.
So if Ethan drove the Jeep there, who drove the black SUV? Hunter?
Neither
Maisie?
one of them are on the scene right now at the point that we're watching this, and this is the very beginning. Right after the 911 call, the cars were
Because-
already there.
Remember whenever, I wonder if Ethan was driving it that night because he did take Maisie to the formal.
That's what I was typing to Renee a few minutes ago.
And then after the formal, he just still had her vehicle. Because remember, she went home
Maybe.
and went to bed. He kept texting her to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, no, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. So maybe he had her truck. Because maybe, I don't know how the Jeep got there then or when it got there.
Or in the kitchen that goes out to the backyard.
Okay.
And then I didn't know anything else, so I called and I was like, I just need to come downstairs and find you because I don't know where anyone else is. And I called Maddie, I called Xana, I called Kaylee, no one would answer.
Okay. All right. For Zeno, do you know how old she is?
She's 20.
Is she in a sorority house?
Yeah, not anymore.
Okay. She's a student at UVI?
Yes.
Do you have any contact information for her parents?
No,
It's okay. Well,
okay.
we can
I just
get that
remember her name,
eventually.
her dad's name.
And then Ethan. E-T-H-A-N.
And Chapin, C-H-A-P-I-N.
Hey, real fast. She's saying this morning around 4, there's a guy, black mask, was in there. She didn't recognize him. She heard girls screaming upstairs. She got scared, locked herself in the room, and then the screaming all stopped. She's pretty sure that this masked person went out that back. Okay. And right now I'm getting all the information. She knows the other 2 girls are up there. I haven't told her who's deceased or anything like that. They have 4 people that are unaccounted for right now, which...
Whose dog?
Whose dog? Who owns a dog? Okay.
Tyson's on his way, and you personally getting...
Since she knows a bunch of the people who are living here, I'm getting all their names, and then I'll finish collecting all their information. Okay. How old is Ethan?
I apologize. There's a door downstairs next to the bathroom that's got a padlock on or a lock on it. You guys...
We don't know.
Okay. Who has access to that room? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not something you guys normally...
No, we have no idea what it is.
Thank you guys.
So Ethan, how old is Ethan?
I believe he just turned 20.
20. And it's Chapin, Chapin?
Yes, I believe.
Okay. Do you happen to know either of their date of birth?
No, I know knows Xana's date of birth.
Okay. No worries. And Ethan's also a U of I student?
Yes, he is.
And you don't see him here right now? You see, but pretty sure he was in that room.
I think so. I think it's last told me. I don't know for sure.
Alright, and then the 2 additional roommates that aren't here right now,
They're not.
that aren't here with you,
Yeah.
what are their names?
Maddie Mogan, MADDIEMOGEN. And then Kaylee, KAYLEE. Goncalves, GONCLAVES. I think that's how you spell it.
How old is Maddie?
She's 21. Or 21 or 22. I can't remember. They're both over 21, but I don't know exactly.
I think so. How old is Kaylee?
Over 21. I believe she's 21 or 22. Sorry, I don't fully remember.
It's okay. You're doing great.
Thanks.
Okay. I'm asking a lot of you, so
Sorry,
I appreciate you.
I'll say anything.
You're doing very well.
Do you know if the other 2 girls are upstairs or not?
Right now, what we got to do is we got to process this whole thing.
That makes sense.
I don't know what I'd be permitted to tell you
That's fine.
right
That's
now. Okay.
fine. I understand.
Okay, let's go back. I just want to make sure we're getting everything. So you're sure at about 4 this morning?
Yes, it was 4:10.
You first noticed a guy.
Well, I first noticed Kaylee go upstairs and scream and run downstairs.
So 4 this morning, went upstairs
Yeah.
to the way top.
Yes, to her room with Murphy the dog.
Okay.
And
And
then
then you heard Kaylee scream.
I heard her scream and run as fast as she could downstairs, and she said someone's here.
She ran downstairs.
Yes, I could hear it. You can hear everything. And I'm sure I heard her run downstairs really fast. And then I heard Murphy barking a lot.
Okay.
And then I heard her going to I think it was the bathroom, and I remember her sobbing, and I just remember hearing this guy's voice that I didn't recognize saying, "You're gonna be okay, I'm gonna help you," but it wasn't like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it wasn't in like a nice way, it was like a weird way, like a weird tone.
You're gonna be okay. I'm gonna help you.
Yeah.
And you didn't hear anything from Kaylee anymore at that
No,
point?
after that I didn't hear anything. So then I kept calling for her name. I called on my phone, I called Xana, Maddie, and Kaylee, none of them answered. So then I opened up the door to look, and that's when I saw the guy pass by. He looked at me, but he didn't come towards me or say anything, which was really confusing to me. I don't understand that. And I'm pretty sure he went out the side door. And then I called and said she thought maybe there was a fire or like a firework. We didn't know. She heard this loud noise and there was a light, I guess.
Did you hear like a pop, like a bang?
I don't know. Did you hear it bang?
It's what she heard.
Okay.
That's what she heard.
Okay, never mind. You sit there. I didn't hear that.
Hey, where are you going right now?
I'm just going to pick up my phone.
Okay. Where's your friend live? To the left, please.
Yeah, I can roll.
Okay.
I don't think I ever heard a bang. I didn't think anything about fire or firework.
Or
until
gunshot.
I told her.
or
I don't
anything.
think I heard anything of that, but I also was kind of in and out of it because I was so scared and I was really tired. And that's when I called and I told her, I need to come to your room because she was the only one that was answering me. So I just ran down there, and for a second I stopped and I saw Xana passed out, and I thought maybe she was just like sleeping or something. I didn't think anything because I was so out of it. And I went into the room and we just fell asleep. And then we woke up this morning and no one was waking up at all. Like no one was answering, which was really weird because all of us wake up around like 9 or 10. And then I called to come check, and he came here first. And I told him what happened, and then he looked in the room and he said he needed to get out and call the cops.
Okay. The guy that you saw, I know it was dark, right? Or were there lights on in the house?
I think there were lights on in the house, I believe.
Okay.
I don't really know what he looked like because he had a mask, but he wasn't like super tall.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'10". I think it was maybe my height an inch or two higher or lower. I can't really remember.
So about 6 foot.
I think so. Around there.
Okay. How was he built? Fat, skinny, stocky?
More like skinny, but like basketball player kind of skinny. Like not too skinny, but like almost fit skinny in a way. That's what I think. I don't know for sure.
And then the voice, he said, when he said those words, you didn't recognize that voice before.
I didn't recognize him or his voice. I mean, I also couldn't see him, but I didn't recognize that voice at all. It didn't even cross my mind if that could be.
Did you guys have a party last night too? Or?
Not tonight, but there was a... And we had like a formal thing beforehand. That was 2 days ago.
Okay. Is there anything that popped out about that event that was concerning?
No, I mean, I went to because Ethan, he is with my friend Xana, and who are dating, and Xana went there. I was there for a little bit, and then I went to my friend's house down the street, and then I came back home with my friend. Everything was fine, nothing weird at all, nothing suspicious, until 4 a.m.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Jeff, there's a chance they thought they were being pranked. We've heard the friends talk about that. We've heard the roommates talk about that. We didn't know if it was real or Memorex, a prank, or a real scary man in the house.
I don't think I have any more questions for you right now.
Okay, if you do, sorry.
Somebody else will be talking to you.
Sounds good.
So let's grab that. Let's go back over there.
Like literally serious, that's that cop's job, to get out there immediately. You got a team in the house working the crime scene. You got a team canvassing the neighborhood already, and you better be having somebody on your witnesses right then. We need initial statements as quickly as you can get them. We don't need people having time to get stories straight or to get their memories together. You need initial, and then you follow up and follow up and follow up. And then you got to see if it changes at any point in time during all these different interviews. And this is what it was with Dylan. We all are fully aware of it, I think. Young girl, highly intoxicated, scaredy cat of the group. Justify it 5 ways, it still don't make it sit well.
All right, who else lives here? Can I get your last name, please? Okay. Hey.
It's his brother's walking up this way.
Okay, do you mind hanging out here, please?
The video's silent, guys.
You said, okay. Can you spell that for me? Do you have a middle name? What's your date of birth? What's a good phone number to reach you at? And then is your driver's license through what state? What state is your driver's license through? Do you have a room that's assigned to you here? When you go in?
No one else lets me out.
Were you here last night? Okay. Is it okay if you walk over to my car with me and we can talk over there? Okay. I'll tell you the same thing I told her, is you guys are probably going to be talking to a lot of people, retelling the same story. So...
Am I still allowed to go home soon? For Thanksgiving?
we can't hold you forever. Okay. So we'll cross that bridge when it gets there, and the detectives will work with you guys to get a hold of you however we best can. Okay. So you were here last night. What time frame were you here through now? Were you here the whole time?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. What time did you get here last night?
Can I check?
Yeah. While you do that, I'll turn off my lights here. I'll be right back. I forgot you're here, man. Do you still want to hang out here?
I just want to know what's going on.
Yeah. I don't know how much I'm allowed to disclose right now. We're processing what's going on in the scene. As soon as we know for sure, we can tell you guys what's going on. We absolutely will. I know it sucks to be in the dark with this, but okay. And what's your relationship again? Okay. Yeah, man. As soon as I know we're able to fill you in on what's going on, we'll let you know. Okay. Like I said, you're welcome to get out at any point. If you want to hang out in here, you can because it's warm. If not, if you want to hang out with them, you're gonna hang out outside too. Okay. Tell you what, I'll just crack the door. I'll try to not lock it on you, so if you need to go.
Water dishes?
We can start. Yeah, we can see if somebody can bring some of that stuff by. Okay.
Copy.
Okay, sorry about that. All right, so what time were you here last night?
About like 1:24 or something in the morning.
Today?
Yeah.
1:24 you got here? Okay, what was going on at about 1:24?
And my friend watching Vampire Diaries on the couch.
You and... Okay. Watching Vampire Diaries. Oh, okay. All female.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so you guys watching Vampire Diaries out in this main, the second level? Okay, and then for how long?
I don't know. And then Maddie and Caleb came home from the club. And then we all hung out in Caleb's room for a little.
So Maddie and Kaylee were at the club?
Yeah.
You know how long they were there? Probably till closing at least?
I don't know. They went to drug truck afterwards.
Grub truck. Okay. And then they came home at about what time? It's okay. You're doing great. So they did get home at 2?
Yes.
How do you know that?
I just have a picture of Kelly's room with Murphy.
Okay. Then what happened after that?
And then me and Maddie took out Murphy, and then...
Murphy's the dog?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I went inside to go to bed, and she was still taking him out. And then I was in my bed, like, about to go to sleep, and Maddie just said that she lost Murphy. Like, she was, like, and was wondering if he was with me, and I just said no. And then I went to bed.
And what time do you think you fell asleep?
Maybe 2:30, 3.
Okay. What time did you wake up at all between 2 and...
I heard something like loud and Murphy like bark. Like usually like she barks at things. And then I thought I saw like a firecracker, so I thought someone maybe was just drunk and like put a firecracker in the house. But I wasn't even really sure because I was kind of still asleep, so I wasn't sure if it was like real.
Okay. So, I'm sorry, I had listened to a couple things at a time. Loud, you thought you saw a firecracker because of a quick flash?
Yeah, through like my door, but I was like still half asleep, so I don't know if it was like real or not. I thought it was maybe a dream.
Okay. And then, did you ever like, pick up your phone to see what time that was? Or? Okay.
Oh, maybe I might have called her and asked her what was happening, because sometimes we do things and I'll call her and be like, oh, what was happening? She usually just sleep in.
Okay.
Do you guys recognize all these vehicles in here?
Yeah. I tried to call Maddie and Ethan and Xana and all them at like 4:20.
So you called
I tried to call all of them.
Maddie?
Answering, but
at what time?
4:30 and 4:22. And then 4:21.
Okay.
And then Ethan at 4:22. And then Kaylee at 4:31. I thought they were both asleep.
4:31?
Yeah.
So no answer, and then did you go to sleep after that?
Yeah, I just kind of fell asleep again.
Okay.
I was like half awake.
Okay, and then what, throughout your day, you got up by what time today?
I like woke up and my jaw was hurting really bad. I took some Advil at like 6 or 7, and then I just went back to bed. So I figured no one would be up anyways. And like, I didn't wake up until we called you guys again.
Okay. Moscow 70, could I get the time this call was generated? Copy, thank you. anybody in there that
I
wouldn't
was
belong?
downstairs the whole time with my door locked. That's why I always think that something straight. I didn't really hear anything either, but they were just being like loud and making things.
Pretty typical. Okay. Do you have any parent contact information for?
I know Maddie is.
Okay.
No, I know her boyfriend.
Okay. What's Maddie's boyfriend's name?
If you know the last name, I think
Is anybody having any issues with any boys?
he lives in Boise.
Okay. So he wouldn't be up here right now.
This is last name.
And then I was talking to you about the formal stuff, right?
No, that was
Those are okay. So you guys had a formal.
people over for formal yesterday. Yeah.
No issues? Okay. Everybody got along? All right. And you were out here when I rolled up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I was
Okay. So I don't know if I have any other questions for you right now. Okay. I appreciate that you did very well recalling as things become more clear. Write them down or something so you don't forget. Sound like a good plan? Like I said, some other people are going to be talking here. And then we'll make sure everybody has the detective's case number or the detective's information, and so that you can reach out to us if anything comes to mind, and not just wait for us to reach out to you. That makes sense? Okay. Physically, are you doing fine otherwise? Okay. All right. We'll go back there. Thank you very much. Does anybody else live here? Okay. Who, by show of hands, who was all here when I got here? Sorry to talk to you too. Okay. Alright. One second. So, Maddie and Kaylee were at the club last night. They got grub truck after. Don't know if they ran into anybody that maybe had issues there. They just had a formal the other day when without a hitch. There was no issues at formal. So that there's nobody that they should be having bad blood. So obviously follow-up needing to be done at the club and the grub truck at the very least. I did a very preliminary interview with the two people that live here and that were here last night. Everybody else I'm about to identify was not here last night, but was here in the parking area when I rolled up, so I'll just get their information. Perfect.
Anybody asked, is any of these cars belong to these guys?
Ryan asked, sounds like they recognize all these vehicles to include some of the ones down there.
If they ask, none of these can leave for the time being.
Okay.
We need to start, once Tyson gets here, we'll start figuring out how to get them somewhere warm.
Yeah. A couple of them did ask about like bottles of water or something. I don't know if there's anybody logistically that can work that out. We can call EMS too.
I have a couple bottles in my car.
Okay. I know would be willing to help out however they can.
Okay, I'll go grab those out of my car.
Okay.
And then
They keep asking what's the status of all four people. I don't tell them we're figuring it out.
They all know.
If they ask, dude. Okay. Hi, what's your name? What? Okay. mind just hanging out with him for a second?
I've got RSP on standby already. I've got a call into Dustin. I'll call Payne. We need to talk to everyone. So we'll get Dustin and Payne working on that. So I'll call Payne now. I'll call Darren and get Payne.
We have family members walking up for Ethan, the male. Where do you want me to set them?
I will talk to them. Can you start with what you want?
Yeah.
You have this information.
What are we trying to just search this residence?
Yep.
Okay.
So you talk to you. Hey, I just talked to our shift sergeant. Guy back and start on the search warrant right now.
And then the last calls too, this is the timestamps
we're
that
gonna need
good
some help.
right after it happened. Is at 4:21, 4:22, 4:30. She made these phone calls immediately after the bang.
Okay. Okay. Time to call.
Jeff, I understand how you feel. So if you do, if you don't want to hang out and watch, we understand, but we're going to review it here. I can't help what the streets do out there. All we can do is do it better, hopefully. But I might say things y'all don't agree with, so.
The people that are in
Yes.
and no one answered.
And no one answered.
Perfect.
Do we want to shut this down so Travis not rolling through?
Probably. I can do that. All right. Thanks, Darren. All right. Sounds like you're possibly was one shot for the firecracker. Okay. We haven't seen any obvious gunshot wound here. Like so we don't lose anybody. And then, what did your lady say about someone coming in, seeing somebody come in?
She saw a guy masked, about 6 foot, skinny build like a basketball player. She described. Said that he had a just full black mask, see like a ski mask. At about 4. Immediately after, she yelled and said, "There's someone in the house." This girl ran, locked herself in a room. Could hear a roommate that was upstairs, Kaylee. Somehow she was able to discern that it was Kaylee screaming. Then she could hear this masked man saying, sorry.
Let me call Brett.
She could hear him say, "You're gonna be fine. I'm gonna help you."
John,
And
you
then
want
no,
this whole
it was-
thing shut off?
Yeah. Yeah.
else you want from me for now? I can start heading back.
Yeah,
So,
start
okay, search
packing.
warrant, as far as the search warrant goes.
Good description of the place.
Okay.
Get a couple photos and describe everything.
Okay.
What are you doing? Well, get into town. We've got a quadruple homicide. Yeah, it's 1122 Queen Road. Yeah, no.
Yep, sounds good. And then I gotta grab my phone. You're looking for any shell casings, knives, or just any indicia weapons used.
Weapons, signs of force, or tools to break into building, electronic devices, etc., etc.
Okay. I'll
Main thing is
start getting the rough.
just get the body of it.
Okay.
This date, this time, we were dispatched here.
Okay.
Prosecutor, when you get hold of the on-call prosecutor, tell them what we got. Let them know that you're working on a search warrant and the nature of it, and then we'll go from there. They'll have a long list.
Okay. Do you want these are the victims' names?
I don't need them at this point.
Okay.
I'm going to probably do a quick walkthrough and then go back.
Okay.
I'll meet you at the TV again.
I haven't finished IDing everybody here. I'll let Shane know so he can delegate that to somebody else. Hey boss, I gotta get going to start some paperwork back at the station, so I imagine you don't want to go with me. I'll have you stay here. And like I said, we'll let you know as soon as we can fill you in, okay?
Okay. So that was the end of the one that Law and Crime has put out. The other one that Brian Enton did is a little blurrier and not quite as lengthy. So that was a long video and a lot to take in all at the same time. Goodness gracious.
52 minutes.
God, there's a lot of thoughts there. A lot of things I want to go back and look at. I'm trying to get my thought process together at the same time. I'm also starving. I got something to eat right in front of me. It's like, no, the video's ending now. I was going to try to finish before it started.
I kept hearing something, like somebody hammering something outside, and I was actually getting ready to get up and go look to see what that was. But
I don't hear no.
I should have gone earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. So anyway, wow, there's a lot there. I was really more interested in getting a view of the inside of that house when the cops were in there walking around on the body cams. Let me pull some of that back up for a minute. We're going to look at those photos as well, guys. So excuse me. So I see some chatter in the comments about the doors being open. And from all the reports we've read, when the cops arrived, the back slider was open. There are reports the front door was already open, but there was one report by a person who lived in the neighborhood who had been walking their dog that morning before the 911 call was made. What about 8:30, Dolphin? And he says he saw the
between
front door
9 and
open.
10, yeah.
9 and 10.
Then
So
he came back by about 11.
Yeah, so first time he goes by, the door's open. Second time he comes back by, the door's still open. That's the only report we know of about the door being open outside of the roommates and the people who came over. So if the door had been shut, then of course it was open when they ran outside or let their friends in or whatever. But then we hear that Hunter also had to make entry to the front door by the keypad. So don't know if the front door was really left open or not. I have not seen anything confirming that any kind of way in any of the documents. There's speculation about it.
Where did
Um,
you hear the keypad thing from?
it was in one of the was it in the 300 docs? Let me. It's in one of the documents I read. I got notes on both sets of the different Moscow documents and the ISP documents. So I'm still going through them, but I do have a note about it. And I want to reread it to make sure that is exactly the way it was worded, is that that's how that happened. Because I don't know confirmation wise in documents yet about the front door being open. There's a lot of speculation. But the cops say the back door was open when they got there, the slider. They even said that so long ago in a press conference, and I had tried to find that particular press conference and couldn't find it
Mm-hmm.
again, but they did say that. So that's what we do know about the doors. Um, so it sounds like though Maddie must have found Murphy after she talked to Bethany to see if Bethany knew where Murphy was at.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, but was it Betsy that said something about Kaylee's slider, her balcony door?
Yeah.
I think it
So
was Betsy. That's true.
yes, I don't know that it was open all night.
Well, I mean, they're walking around taking photos of the house as is, and it's
I,
open in the photos, and they've
I
got
know, but I don't.
evidence markers on it.
Yeah, I just don't know when it became open, at what point during the night or at all. When if it was left open all night long, did it come open at 2 a.m. before they went to bed? Because Murphy, I don't know. Let's see. Let me get this. Why is that? Oh,
There's also some stuff on the balcony that makes me believe that it was open too, but you'll see that in the photos.
let me get yeah. On the 300. We're gonna look at those in just a second. Let me get this back to where I want to. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Let me try to do it.
Oh, I remember that.
What's that?
The guy in Australia that she's talking about that
Mm-hmm.
wounded 12 people in 3 minutes with the same type of knife
Oh
in a
yeah,
mall. Yep.
it can be done. And a lot of us have known logically all along that it could have been done.
Oh yeah.
At first, of course, when you hear the number or you just hear a 12-minute or whatever, you're like, whoa, that's crazy. But then when you analyze it and you really think about it, it can be done. And when we're watching that Linda Lane or the 1112 video that was released, and you see the car coming and going, and you know that at 4:07 when he heads back behind Queen Road, if you just sit there in silence from 4:08 until that car bails out of there at 4:20, you see just how much time he actually had inside that house to do all of that with. It's crazy. All right, I'm going to bring this up, and this is going to be when the cops first come into the home and are walking around. Let me. Cops having a rough time. Now look, you hear him coming down the stairs and he's just walking.
Mhm.
So suppose someone is just getting it down them stairs and screaming and stomping, and
Mhm.
it's loud.
Oh yeah.
And then y'all keep an eye. Notice how when they walk from room to room, like when they walk into the living room, the amount of space or lack of space, the things I'm noticing like that. That's a tight area.
Yeah, but you know what? There are the see how the table's like scooted over, like to the
Mhm.
back half of the table closest to the doorway is scooted over a little bit to the right. If you look in that living room down to the right, there are some cups that look like they had fallen off the table because they're
Oh, yeah.
in the direction like they fell off.
and Bethany said she heard cups falling.
Hmm.
I'm not doubting this table wasn't bumped. That's not where I'm going with that. I don't see a bunch of blood all over it. It's
There
not.
is blood on the table, though. There are two
There
pictures that,
is.
yeah, there are two pictures on
I know,
Snyder's
but I'm
list.
not.
That,
I mean,
hmm.
there's not. There is blood on it, but
Hmm.
in Jennifer, at a first look, it's not everywhere. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh
It's not
yeah,
knocked completely over. It's not that type of scene. So they ran around this table, obviously. But in my mind, I'm trying to figure out what this girl in the other room is hearing. And this is a tight area, and there's running and there's screaming. And I'm like, what in the world? That's what I'm trying to get my head around. This is a
yeah.
tight area. Nothing is completely knocked over. I don't see blood everywhere splattered on the walls. So it leads me back to believing the attack on Xana mostly occurred back there in her bedroom.
Oh
Not,
yeah,
not
but
a
I
lot
don't think
here.
that he was running after her. He seemed like he had more of a, Michael Myers type of,
Oh yeah, I don't think
stroll.
he was.
you know.
I don't picture him seeing her and just
Yeah,
that.
because he doesn't seem to be pressed about anything.
I mean, I think he's probably gonna be coming down the stairs with a purpose,
Hmm.
but not like not like the kind of running she was probably doing.
Oh, wait a minute,
But
Betsy, where'd you get 415 from? People are saying he was in the house for 3 minutes.
no, no, no. I don't know where y'all are seeing that
From
stuff
where?
at. Who the hell come up with that all of a sudden? Brian was in there no long. Okay, well, Betsy, if you go back and review the footage of the car, what does he do from 408 when his lights in the car go out behind the building? From 408 to 420, what is he doing? He's only in the house for 3 minutes. I don't know where y'all seen that at, but they're not nowhere close to being accurate.
Check with the prints. There's nothing else out there. Do you want me to go back there and start IDing people? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start IDing all of them. It's a
Okay. And it's sad when the paramedics roll up. There's nothing anybody can do. Okay. I'm still trying to process person coming into that house through that back slider and the noise. I notice we're going to pull up the pictures and start looking at those because there's some conversations that can be had that it will go back to what we were looking at. But let me pull up what I need here. Okay. Oops. Well, yeah, them gag orders can be a little problematic at times, can't they? Um, I don't know if releasing a lot of this ahead of time like we do here in Florida would have helped this or not. I think people still would have found ways to spin things and do their thing. That's why they don't, we can't let them get to us because they're going to do them. They're going to do it no matter what. Okay. Dolphin, do you have any other thoughts about that video, about what we saw or didn't see, or reactions? Uh-oh, did I lose her? She might have stepped away for a moment. Yeah, I'm looking at you guys' comments in the chat. Whoa.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. So you have any more thoughts on the video at the moment before we start looking at photos? I still got things to talk about with that video, but I gotta watch it again. And
Yeah, I mean, I got tons of thoughts about the video, but what I was going to say, if somebody has questions, I guess just ask. But
what do you have your thoughts changed about anything, or did it kind of like make it a little more clearer, or are your thoughts like me? You're still frustrated with Dylan. I mean, it is what it is.
yeah, one, still frustrated with her. I mean, obviously she went through something traumatic, but like I said, I just don't think that, what do you call it? I don't think she knows how to connect dots, very well, and, you know, come to the conclusion that she was in danger, and whatnot.
Yeah, and
But,
yeah, I
um,
agree. And that's a scary thought, because if you can't be aware that you're in danger and perceive
mhm.
it properly, that could
Yeah,
be,
I'm like, good luck to you, in
yeah,
life.
yeah,
What do you call it? I do think it was nice to see that Bethany uh, did tell the police about the waking up with the jaw ache, like she said her jaw was hurting or whatever, and she took an Advil or whatever early on in
yeah.
this, in the interviews and all that. But I mean, at the same time, there's this 8-hour gap, so I mean, I don't know. What do you
Yeah, the
call it?
8-hour gap, we're never gonna get I'm never gonna wrap my head completely around understanding it. I know all the reasons why. I get
Mhm.
it, but it still doesn't make it sit well with me. Still doesn't
Right.
make it right, still doesn't make it, and it's okay to have a conversation about that. Because,
Mhm.
like I'm telling you guys, so one of the first conversations you should have done is had with your kid, especially
Mhm.
your young adult, you going to college soon, high school kid, what like I did. Look here, son. When you get away from mama and you hear this and that, because I'll be honest,
Yeah.
'cause at the time my son was, when this happened, he was 16,
Mhm.
and I went to him with this, and I was like, "Look here, let me get your thought on this." I wanted to get a kid's thought, and I'm like, "And this has happened," and then 911 got called. I said 8 hours later. He said, "Oh, somebody go in there and find him." I said, "No, there was somebody in the house, and they ended up surviving." And he's like, "They didn't get killed." I'm like, "No." He said, "Did they do it?" And I looked at my kid and I was like, "What? That's your first question after finding out this?" He's like, "Yeah, did she do it?" And I was like, "Well, so far, no."
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. These people, even their parents, I don't think would have prepared them like that because of where they live. Everybody is all has like this whole time for this whole case. Everybody's like, it does things like this don't happen here. Oh, the Gonzalez's. We moved from California to Idaho because Idaho was so safe and da 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 or whatever, and like better and whatever. You know what I mean? I just think that everybody in that area and whatnot, and who were probably sending their kids there, just
Well, I
didn't.
think there's a lot of little areas like that dotted up and down from coast to coast.
Oh,
I
yeah.
live in a little area like that, but guess what?
Well, you and I live in the real world, though. You know what I
Well,
mean?
they should.
What I'm saying is, I think that these people are in a bubble.
Well,
You
they need
know.
to get out of their bubble, because their bubble got busted in a way that's like, look at here.
Mhm.
Y'all can't live in the clouds. You can't pretend you live in safe place America. You can't pretend it. I've never done that with my kids. Always taught stranger danger. You don't stop teaching stranger danger at age 6 or 8 or 12 and thinking they got it. you got to reiterate the rules of life as they go through life, And so I think for those who live in the bubble where nothing can hurt me, this should be a big ass wake up call. And maybe it's time to have conversations with your kids about
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
not to do going forward. So next time, if you're ever in a situation like this, you might be able to react a little better to what's happening around you. Because the what last thing I want to do is wake up to a cop at my door telling me I don't have a kid anymore because someone didn't perceive the threat. It wouldn't have stopped what happened. No way. But it certainly wouldn't have put so much bad light to fuel rumors and conspiracies and different things. It just kind of added to it. Um, didn't kind of add to it, it added to it in a big way, in a real big way. And it's never going to, overcoming that was going to be a difficult challenge with them on the stand with that girl. That's just, it's crazy. I
Yeah. What else?
Let me get the screen up.
Oh, her description of what she heard, Bethany,
Yeah,
talking about the what do you call it? That she heard the sound that was like a boom or whatever,
the
and then
firecracker and the bang, the
well,
flash.
right, but she said, you have to listen to this, that she said it in a specific order, right?
Hmm.
She said she heard the sound, and then she said, and then Murphy barked, and she said he usually barks at things, right? And then
Yep.
she said, and then she saw something like a firecracker, and that she thought maybe somebody had, like a prank or whatever, had put a firecracker in the inside the house. I guess set off one inside the house.
Yeah.
So I was like, because I had been wondering about like the sequence. Like, was she asleep? Did she hear a noise and then she was asleep? And then, maybe a little bit later she saw a light under the door or whatever. Um, and the cop, it was Nunez that was
Yeah.
interviewing her, asked a clarifying question of, about the firecracker? No, the light. He said, was it like a flash or something? He asked her something to clarify that. And so she did. And she said yes.
Yeah.
So, my thoughts on that is the sound that she heard, the loud sound, or that was like a boom or whatever, a bang or whatever, is probably noise from Xana and Koberger fighting around, tussling around in her room. Because the furniture, that little end table or whatever, moved. This house is cheap. It has these, floors or whatever, and everything is like, sound travels or whatever. So she might have heard that. I think it is very likely that that's what she heard because she said she heard the sound and then she heard Murphy barking. Murphy didn't start barking until that 417 time or whatever on the camera next door. That's when he started and then
That's
didn't stop.
right. We don't hear Murphy till start working till 417.
Hmm.
And the only thing about I always wondered if the noise, the bang, the boom, whatever, the pop that
Hmm.
Bethany heard was also noise from upstairs in Xana's room. But it
Hmm.
doesn't explain her saying she saw a flash
Well,
from
here's another
brick.
thing that I had thought about. Okay, so remember, the noise or whatever and the screaming from Xana and everything that we hear on the camera is like 417 ish, right? And then what? There's at least a minute or two before Bethany calls Dylan because Bethany is the one who first made a phone call. Because I always thought that that was weird because I was like, unless she called because she heard something or saw something, and it turns out that's why she called, because she says it here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, because again, I've always been stuck on the fact that the front door was open, right? So here's what I was thinking about last night when we were watching this is what if, because you remember, Koberger was trying to do things to like not leave his, not leave anything from himself behind, but I think he also did things to confuse, a situation too. So what if when he actually left Xana's room, because the slider door is open, right? Because he came in through the slider door. What if when he left Xana's room, he actually, like after that bang and her screaming and everything, what if he actually went downstairs really quick and opened the front door so that both the front door and the back door are open, and the police and everybody else, nobody knows which way he went or which way he came in from or whatever, or maybe that there's multiple people or whatever, just to basically confuse the situation, because it's like, why are both doors open or whatever. And I'm just wondering if maybe, what was it? I think we were talking about maybe a flashlight or something, or maybe he turned on the light down there or something, or maybe she saw the light from the front door, like over that wreath or whatever. Because if the hall was dark, then maybe opening the front door, brought in that light or whatever, and she saw a little bit of light under the door, under her door. I don't know. But then I think he went backstairs. He could have gone back up the stairs, and then that's when he was cutting through the living room, and then that's when he saw Dylan, and then he goes out the back door, because you've got all those steps, those footprints around the back, right? Out the slider and back up to the left. But you'll see when we start looking at these photos too, there are paw prints near that. I don't know which came first. I don't know if those paw prints were there because Murphy was out, going to do his business earlier in the evening or what. But there are paw prints like very close to, where his footprints are or whatever, or those footprints are.
Hmm.
And the fact that Murphy was barking, I think that Murphy heard all that loud noise and commotion from Xana. You know what I mean? Because you think about it, what's happened upstairs on the third floor has already happened. So Murphy's like scared, or whatever, right? But and so far, everything that they've described, you don't hear Dylan say anything about her hearing something going on in Maddie's bedroom,
Right.
which I don't know how she didn't hear anything. But, maybe it wasn't as loud as what happened in Xana's room, you know?
Oh,
So it's like, I
yeah.
imagine that Xana and Koberger, like, saw each other or whatever. That, they go back to her room, he does in her. And then, I think that her screaming and the furniture or whatever that was that, hit the floor or whatever, or maybe bumped up against the wall. I think Murphy came down the stairs, and either A, he came down the stairs and, went out the door because he started barking. And so maybe he had to have been barking when, from that 417 point on. So when Dylan opened the door, he had to have been barking. So if he was there, she should have said, "Oh, and Murphy was downstairs barking or whatever." But I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes she doesn't, do things that you would think she would do.
I think she does
So,
make sense.
you
All of
know,
that, yeah, I'm with you in line with all of that.
so I
Um,
either think it was that it was outside, he went outside, followed him outside, or he was on Kaylee's balcony because the door was open. I mean, in my opinion, because of, like I said, the other stuff that we haven't discussed yet.
yeah, I don't know what this bang and this noise was. I always thought there was a very good chance,
Mhm.
logically, that the noise was for what she was hearing from upstairs. But I
Mhm.
don't know where she's getting this flash of light from. Was it a blue light, clear light? What kind of light are we talking here, ma'am?
Mhm.
Red light, orange, yellow, green, purple? Shit. What the hell? Flashbang. There's no evidence of a firecracker being shot off down there.
Right. Right.
Nothing like that, right?
Mm-mm.
That we can see in any of the evidence pictures. Okay, so this is just the outside of the home. And then there, and you can tell really too in these photos the slopiness of the area, right?
Mhm.
Up and down in the backyard and all of it. We knew it was elevated up here where the Queen Road apartments are located. We knew all that was at an elevation. And the other Chapin vehicle, there's Maddie's white car is in this frame. And that's the side of the house over here. And there somebody was they interviewed one of the the people that live in this house.
Mm-hmm.
And back here is Walenta, where the car we see on the footage we watched yesterday was driving around back there, where you can clearly see the back of the house. The blue car there is Xana's. And again with Ethan and Hunter's Jeep. Looks like it'd been sitting there a minute, don't it? With the leaves on the front, leaves on the hood. They're
Mm-hmm.
under the windshield wipers.
Yeah.
It's been sitting there a minute. Was there something wrong with it, I wonder? Because that thing hasn't been driven in a minute. Compared to all the rest of the vehicles, right? Yeah. That's Maddie's car. It's Kaylee's Range Rover. Girl had just gotten the damn car. What, 3 days before Dolphin? Was it 3 days, I think?
Yeah, she got it on the 10th. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, so what? This was Sunday. I mean, the car could have been parked there since like, Friday or whatever. And I mean, they're like going to different functions, walking around, boozing at different people's apartments or whatever at the frat house. So, I mean, it's not like he would have needed to drive, a lot of these
Yeah,
places
I'm
that
just
it
with
seems
the way
like they
they're
went
under.
to.
It's just the way they were under the windshield wiper like that. Like it, nothing. It's like it to me. It just kind of like it been sitting there for a minute, like
Hmm.
more than a day or two for that type of leave coverage to be there. I could be dead ass wrong, but
Well, I think the leaves were definitely blowing around because there's a lot of leaves inside the front door and everything that have like
well,
come in
yeah. I
and
mean,
gone
it's
way back.
that time of year, all the foliage had all fallen and all the things. That's what I was
Hmm.
looking at and just thinking that because that looks like it's been sitting there a minute. I know what it looks like when the good old boys around here need to park the vehicle for a week because we got to do some work on it and it hasn't been driven. You can tell the difference between the ones that have been driven throughout the week and the one that wasn't. And it just didn't look like it had been moved at least for a few days, at least.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they're ordering DoorDash and stuff like
And
that and walking to class or something, I mean, yeah, he might not have really needed to drive it so much,
well,
because
if they're
everything
both
was within
sharing it,
walking distance.
if the brothers were sharing it, though, I feel like they would have been driving it, and I wonder if it was just sitting there broke down. Um, I don't know. It could be just sitting there for the weekend and collected all the leaves on it. And here's the stump in the backyard where they say that the footprints lead away and go around the stump. We read that in the documents. This is where they're talking about back here in the backyard. Um, and then this is another image of the backyard and the back slider. And then they have another one here. And you can tell the slopiness of the ground. Remember, Dylan kept saying she did in one of the statements we read, she didn't know why he would go out the back door because it drops
Yeah,
off.
about that wall. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, I
But
can't with
it's
that
not,
chick.
I know. I'm like, what are you talking about? Everybody was out in the backyard. Hell, they say y'all like to get in your DoorDash back there as well. Everybody was in the backyard. Fuck a little slope there, Dylan. Ain't nothing but a thing. And people were expecting tons of bloody footprints back there in the beginning of the case. Remember, like the no path entry and exit. And you can see one of the
Oh
little
yeah.
well-worn paths here that you can tell people are used to traveling that little path there because it's a well-beaten little path which leads up to the back parking lot of the Queen Road Apartments. And again, with the stumps that were back there, and that fence divides the property with that neighboring house. And pictures of the snow when they were trying to look for footprints and different things. And there's going to be some of the impressions of the shoes, shoe prints. You can see some prints right there, but and here's one. So this would be a photo of an impression that they had found in the snow. And there's the other one. And you can see the heel of the shoe right here and the rest of it here. And there's another one, and this one the snow is still there. You can see the front part of the shoe, the top half of the shoe better here. A boot.
Yep, that's what I was thinking too.
Yep. And here they have the ruler out with the heel and the boot. Yeah, that's definitely a boot. Like a clunky Doc Marten or any kind of utility boot. Men's utility boots, you can buy them. They're all over the place here. Every man I know has got 15 pairs. My son got a pair on right now. One of them's got Doc Martens on at school. One's got on work boots at the work. And there's another impression of it in the snow. It's going to be hard not to leave your feet impressions outside that house, right? No matter what you do. Kind of put on what are them, snowshoes? Clunky.
Well, if he hadn't come through the back, yeah, it would have been easy to not leave footprints. Because
Yeah.
he could have gone straight on out the parking lot. The parking lot didn't have any snow
And
in
it's
it.
so dark out there.
Streets didn't have any snow.
Well, the fact that it was so dark out there, he could have slithered into the front and nobody would have seen him.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was easier to get in this back door, I guess. And I guess he
I
felt more
think he was
comfortable.
used to lurking up there.
Yeah, he was his comfy spot back there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? I laugh because over to the right there's a backpack. Well, it's not a backpack. It's one of
Yeah,
those
it's right there.
cooling packs or
Yeah.
whatever. Up to the right of that diagonally, there's like a chip bag, or I said it was like a Cheetos bag or something, and I start thinking about how he was eating the Reese's Pieces
Oh
cups out in the
God.
woods,
Yes.
waiting to steal from Jack Bayless's dad.
Yes. They should have picked up all the wrappers that they found because they didn't know if it was relevant or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if there was any Reese cups back there.
I
Oh,
didn't see any, but yeah, we did look at the grass and the
oh
ground really
goodness.
well.
You know, if we saw a Reese wrapper, we were going to like, oh, there you go. That's hard evidence. The Reese cup bandit has struck. Dude, you're weird, but okay. Do vegans eat Reese's cups? Yeah,
Yeah, one.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
know what
mean,
vegans eat or don't
kind
eat.
of let's see, chocolate, peanut butter. I don't know
Oh,
what
if
kind of
it's
animal
animal
product would go
product,
in
okay.
that.
Or any animals harmed in the making of a Reese's cup.
I don't know.
Do what you got to do to get that chocolate.
See, there it is. See that white? The top part of it is white, but there
Yeah.
looks like some color underneath. Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, so random backpack that was laying out there. They didn't know if it was relevant or not at the time. Got on little berries that fall to the ground. What kind of little berries are those? I'm weird. I'm a nature person. I'm like, berries? Where are we getting more? We getting more berries. Okay. Milk berries. I don't know if that's her comment back to what I said or if that's something different. Okay. There's the lone screen laying on the ground. And Dylan's bedroom is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. I mean,
Like I said, if I were her, I would have gone out that window.
you're damn right. I would have been out there and running around. And I wonder how much lighting was on in her room at that point in time at night. He's circling around back there watching the back of the house. Was that a light on in that room as well? or was it a low
Oh,
light?
she's talking about milk chocolate.
Oh, milk chocolate.
For
Oh,
Reese's,
chocolate.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, so vegans won't eat it because of the milk product that came from a cow? Look, I don't understand what they do, but okay. And there's the one of the wall slope back there in the backyard, and you can see the incline level of the road there because the way that vehicle's parked. And trying to figure out exactly which way your guy got into this house, right? Did they just walk up and open the door from around the corner? What's going on here? All the way down the side of the house. That's going to be between on the Queen Road apartment side. And you can see the Jeep parked there from the front yard. The stains on the old house on the vinyl. And I know people are making comments about the house dirty, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's a college house full of young adults. I didn't expect. I've seen worse. It wasn't that bad, really. Um, Now, my house had to be a little cleaner. But when you're partying, and that's the front door, obviously. If those you don't know, that is the front door entry photo. And they took the one. And the room to the immediate right when you walk in was the vacant bedroom. And then to the left, down the hall, would have been Bethany's room on the first floor. And there's the stairs that lead up to the second floor living room and the hall bath shared on the first floor. The old pieced together house. Them old houses, you gotta love them. You can see how these doors have been changed over the time, right? With the different locks they have on them. And where the old ones used to be. Did you notice that the mini fridge that the girls had on the third floor landing? Look, there's one of them little lone leaves dolphin found its way in the house. And there's another image of the front. That's the front door lock. And it was the only room in the house now with a keypad besides the little utility room. There was an old he wasn't a roommate of these individuals, but there was a guy who used to live in that house who did an interview and said when he lived there, they all had the key lock entries on the bedrooms. I guess over time that changed. Uh-oh. Okay, Dolphin, let me get you back up here. There we go.
Thanks.
All right. Okay. So, and then there's the bathroom again from the first floor
With shower curtain.
with the shower curtain. Yeah.
For the people who were like, no, there's no shower curtain there. Maybe he took it.
Maybe he did. Oh, we also heard rumors that the perpetrator took a shower. Remember, he took a shower before he left the house. Let's throw in enough time for all that too. Let's do that. And all these are. They needed a toilet bowl brush to scrub that little toilet out with, but whatever. I'll let it go.
There it is behind the
They got one. They just didn't
yeah.
use.
Yeah, she needs some toilet paper.
She did. I noticed that too. Kaylee's bathroom had a lot of toilet paper in it.
Yeah, she had a proper
Screw
toilet
y'all. I'm
paper
not running
holder.
out. Yeah. Ain't running out.
Xana's had it all like, squeezed in on the floor, right? And still in the bag. I said, dang, they were living rough.
Okay, so there's just a lot of the bathroom there for whatever reason. Let's get on down through some of those. So we have more of the partying evidence around.
Now, I will say there do look like there are blood stains on these like the bottom steps here
Yeah,
and on
and
the ground
let's
when you
see.
zoom in.
In one of the photos in the stairwell, they have an evidence marker, a couple of them lined up
Mhm.
with what they, and you can tell it's a different color than the other spots, right? I had noticed as well.
Oh, the parents were arrested this morning.
Who's
Good.
the Emmanuel, baby Emmanuel?
Mhm.
God, did y'all see the photos and of what he did to the first child?
No, I haven't seen those yet.
Holy shit. Okay, so that Emmanuel guy was already charged with child cruelty and this, that, and the other. He's got two other children who both live with one of his cousins. The oldest is a little girl that he beat when she was 10 weeks old. She's now blind and is 7, 8 years old. Has all kinds of problems, tracheotomy, all of these things, and the cousin is raising that baby. Then he had another baby, and that baby had fetal alcohol syndrome. The cousin has that baby. And now she has the 2-year-old that was just removed from the home. And this guy was out there with two other kids in his house, and now one is missing.
Yeah, that was Jake Harrow. Was his
Yes.
name?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the whole full video clip on that shit. I was like, "Are you kidding
Mm.
me?" This is when I saw what he did to the first child, and he was let anywhere near kids. Are you kidding us? Cannot with that shit. Let me get this zoomed back down. Oh, wait, it's going the wrong way. Okay, let me get my bearings back here. Okay. They deserve to be arrested. I heard some YouTuber or something about got in a fight out on the street. Okay, so that's the utility closet with the other keypad lock. Remember when Dylan was telling the cop they didn't know what was in the room, they didn't ever go in there? That's where she would be talking about, which was down there near Bethany's room. And that would be the entry to that little room. This is what the little closet in the kitchen, maybe? Or is that the little
No,
door in
that's in
Bethany's room?
Bethany's room.
Bethany's room, the
Under
little
the
secret
stairs.
door. Hold up.
The one that was
There's
supposed to go to tunnels.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
secret door that leads to the tunnels that go underneath the house to run the drugs. Yeah, that's your secret tunnel door, people. That it's a little storage closet in Bethany's room. Now this one, Dolphin, this is before they put down the markers on the
Uh-huh.
stairs. And I don't remember exactly which step it was. It was near one of the cans. They did place evidence markers because it appeared to be blood on the stairs.
Oh, okay.
And it was like I wish I had it side by side and you can see it better. But in my other photo dumps that they had, because these are the initial photos before they. What's that?
Oh, I'm looking at a YouTube notification that popped up. Somebody said, "Did the roommates change their story?" Oh God.
They changed it from from what we heard them telling the cops to what was in the documents or something. There ain't no telling.
Mm-mm.
And I can only guess where it probably come from, but it is what it is. Okay. Okay. So living room floor. Again with the living room itself. And there was a lot of DNA all over the place, but how much is relevant to your crime scene, right? How much of it matches the sheath once it was discovered? I see there's cups laying over here, Dolphin, in front of the walkway area.
Those are the cups I
Yeah, and the
like. Yeah,
can.
the one further down and all that. Yeah. So I figure, actually, there's I think a bigger. No, maybe there's a wider shot, but
Yeah, there's more shots of it in there, different angles. But remember when the crime scene technicians were in this room and you could see them
mm-hmm,
through the window taking the swabs, and
mm-hmm,
you could even see the table in the view.
mm-hmm.
They were standing right in that area,
Sure were.
between the little cart and the table.
And the girl crouched down. She was actually kind of maybe more in front of this shoe because you could see her through the
Yeah,
window. She was
yeah,
like, yeah, right in front of the window. So, yeah.
yeah, yep. And she crouches down, taking samples as well. It's the router and the bathroom, and Maddie and Kaylee's bathroom. There's Kaylee's clothes. Remember, she was wearing the white pants that night and the white shoes, Crocs, I
No,
guess.
that's
Was it?
Xana's.
Oh wait, yeah, because Kaylee had on the blue jeans, but they were very light colored blue jeans,
Mm-hmm.
very light colored. Yeah, that's right. What's that noise? Oh, my cat. My cat's like making noises over there. I was like, what? Okay, so this is the hall bathroom on the second floor,
Mm-hmm.
and there's the washer and dryer is in that room. Remember, one of the girls stated that they went off one day to get the Starbucks, and they come back and the washer was going, but nobody had put clothes in the washer. But they didn't think it was unusual because they said that somebody was always washing clothes. But that particular morning, they all went to get Starbucks and more alcohol. When they came home, the washing machine was going, and then that's when they also got Ethan's golf clubs to stash in the house to use for protection.
Yeah, I thought their front door was open too.
I think it was. Yeah, that the front door was open, and we know that when Jeff Kernodle worked on the front door, they had stated that it would pop open in the wind, right? Um,
Yeah, and something
they were
about
having
almost
issues
being
with,
off the hinges or something with the
yeah.
hinges. Yeah.
So he had to come and make an adjustment on the door to get it to shut properly. And there's a different view of the living room, would be coming out of Xana's room toward the living room. And there's the knife on the table that poor Hunter went in the kitchen and got that little knife. Um, and that's where it ended up laying. And there's some blood on. There was some spots directly under that knife, Dolphin. I don't know if I can see
Yeah,
it
I
better
saw
at this
them.
angle,
Mm-hmm.
um, you guys. But there's some closer images we can zoom in on. But there's like some very faint spots under that knife.
Mm-hmm. That knife actually looked funky when you zoomed in on it too.
Yeah,
And there's something in her shower, in Xana's shower. It's on the floor. It's like on the side of the shower that's right backed up against the clothes bin, the clothes basket. See, right, stop.
go
Go
back to
scroll
that one.
down to the very bottom of the shower in this photo. Do you see that there's something inside the shower door?
You can see the shadow, the dark spot,
There's something big inside the shower. Yeah,
like a big
there. And
towel or
dark or something.
yeah,
Like
towel.
maybe a towel fell or something. I don't know. It just, yeah.
Yeah, like a
I
big
was like, what is
towel.
that on the floor on the inside?
I see that. You can't see it really in that image.
Yeah, Carrie. Hunter Johnson, when he came over to the house, he went into the kitchen and grabbed a knife just in case somebody was still there. And when the police got on the scene, they wrote in their one of the narratives that says they were wondering why this kid was holding a knife when they came up.
Mhm.
So he put that down on the table. Although I don't know. It's very interesting in the body cam video because you see him walking in behind the cop, and the cop, tells him, "Oh, just go back there," right? So he sends him back to the living room. Hunter's hands are up, right? So you see both of his hands. I didn't see the knife in his hand, and it wasn't on the table. And then all of a sudden, like he turns or whatever or something, like it's blocked, and then the knife is on the table. You know, it's very weird. You'd have to see it.
In the report, there was like first the knife is in his hand, and
Mhm.
then he gets told to put the knife down and right there, and he
Mhm.
lays it onto the table. And it was like exactly when that was transpiring and how how quickly that went.
Mhm.
That yeah, I don't know. It was a little weird.
If we watch the video later, I can point out what I'm talking about because even Danger just said something about it a few minutes ago.
Okay, so there's the knife again on
Mhm.
the table, close up, and you can see the little spots here. There's
Mhm.
one here. There's one underneath the blade area. Um, that would looks more like a passing. You know what I mean? Like not like splatter, but maybe would as he's walking by, did drips or something. Well, drips would be more round. That could be like a spatter type of thing. I feel like if there was an awful on attack right there, it would be more than that.
Mhm.
That's just a couple of drops, a couple of spots. Of course, there's the beer pongs. Let me see.
Yeah. Mm.
See, there's more droplets visible there,
Mhm.
like that. There's three there. There's still one more beneath where the knife is. You can't see it right there. So there's those, and then that's the going toward Dylan's room there. That's the kitchen. That would be this picture here. So Dylan's door is open to the inside of her room. Now, is she gonna stand right there and be able to see right there, or did she actually
Mm.
see him in this area? And remember in the report we read, she's like, "I don't know if he saw my whole body or just my head."
Yeah, because I think she was peeking the door. I don't think it was open like that all the way. I think she just peeked out
One
her
of the
door.
time yeah, one of the times that she opened, she stuck her whole head out. And
Yeah, but that last time that she heard Xana scream like that, no, and then that's when he was coming back by. I
I
don't know if she would
I
have.
don't know where I don't know when she actually saw him, if she was peeking and saw him coming through the threshold, or if
Hmm.
she saw him here in the foyer part of it, or if it was in the kitchen. Because she says, and I think she saw him coming toward her, yes. I don't know when he allegedly saw her, because she said in the document, I didn't know if he saw me, my whole body, or just my head. What do you mean your whole body? So she opened it enough to put herself there, right, at some point. But when she initially saw him, I don't know how much of him she could have seen thoroughly with a crack facing that direction. And I want to get a better picture if they have one of that particular position, right? I
Looking to
just
the right. Hmm.
yeah, yeah, to from the coming from the kitchen, living room toward her, into her room area here, the landing here, right in front of her door. Just going by that document of her saying, "I didn't know if he saw my whole head or my whole body." I'm like, well, then he must have been right in here. Did he turn around and look back at you? That's what I didn't was confusing about her statement as far as that goes. But then again, it's still and everything's with a grain of damn salt. And see, there it is again, the landing area, and her door is open to the inside of her room, and that's her view looking out at the kitchen. And there's the little utility closet by the kitchen and the stairs leading up to the third floor. And if you enter that slider, no one's going to see you on that side until you step into this view because of the way that wall is angled. See, that's the view from Dylan's room, and you can't see that sliding glass door. You literally have to go in and look around that angle to see it. I mean, you know what's in there if you live there. And the kitchen with the DoorDash order bag on the counter. There's the sliding door is open at this point, and it's more than halfway open. But it's not open all the way. But I'm saying it's more than just cracked. See, there's a better.
Yeah, these photos in the kitchen, I think, tell more of the story, like for Xana, because
Hmm.
her food and stuff like that. The bag was in there. There's
It,
actually fries, seasoned curly fries on top of the microwave from Jack in the Box.
yeah, so it tells you that Xana received the order, was eating the order, and then go into the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot, and I've never I've always said that girl went to the kitchen at some point. It
Yeah,
just
we did.
made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not she went up the stairs or not, we had never had a clue about that. Because it makes sense that this girl could have been coming out of the kitchen. She made it into the kitchen if that's her food from the night,
Mm-hmm.
right? She made it in there. Did she see him coming out of when she's coming out of the kitchen and he's coming down the stairs at the same exact time? Oh my God, somebody's here, screaming, running. Don't worry, I'm going to help you. Was it that, or did she actually hear something in the kitchen and go up the stairs to investigate it like we are hearing Dylan claim that someone did? That's the question we don't know. But it was
Well, I mean,
all
at the very least, she does say she heard somebody run down the stairs. So she heard something on the stairs. So I don't know if that's him or her.
exactly. It could have been him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying if Xana didn't go up the stairs and she was just in the kitchen the whole time and ran into him as she come out, then who Dylan heard running down the stairs would have been Koberger.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been nobody else. There's only other people there besides her and Bethany. It wasn't them apparently. So it had to be Koberger or Bethany. I mean, I'm sorry, Xana, because the other people weren't alive. And we know it wasn't Ethan. And that is the little area to the right. When you walk in the sliding door, you have that little space to the right where the wall is there. That's at the angle. And there's the bar stools that the cops use to jimmy the back door shut, sliding back door. Plenty of red Solo cups. Hell, the cops in Canton, all they had to do was walk over to King Road and they'd had all the Solo cups they needed.
Yeah.
Good
There's
thing the
mac and
cops,
cheese on that table, and there's popcorn, the microwave popcorn, and a stick of butter over there by the microwave out on the countertop.
it's a good thing these cops didn't grab Solo cups and start collecting blood evidence and snow prints.
Oh,
Okay,
stop right there.
there you go.
That's another reason why I think that she was here and maybe got interrupted, because it's like, because that cabinet is open.
So the cabinet door's open, like she reached in and got a bowl or a plate.
Or like she was
Looks like the
getting
plate,
ready to or
easy.
something. hmm And see, on the top left corner of the microwave, that white thing is the packet of fries.
Right here laying is the French fries,
hmm
and you got your little
Half
cherry
eaten.
tomatoes, the bag of popcorn, and the dishes are sitting there pretty level. Like, I've seen people say something about, oh, all these dishes are teetering on the edge. Where okay, somebody's like, they getting ready to do dishes. I don't know. I can't tell you what these kids were doing in their house, but it looks like with that door open, that could be a clue, Dolphin, that she was obviously. I think she did make it to the kitchen. Obviously, if her food is in there, right?
hmm
It's a no-brainer. Definitely a no-brainer in that situation.
I mean, but then the fact that the fries are up there on the microwave, I'm like, was she getting ready to grab a plate and maybe microwave her fries because, maybe they got
They
cold
got
or
cold,
whatever, and she got interrupted because I don't see them leaving the cabinet open like that either.
right?
I know they were messy, but
But
yeah.
right, it looks like someone was actively in there doing something, though.
hmm Oh, and the microwave is on all zeros. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't. So, like the time, okay, gotcha. You know how when cops come into the crime scene, guys, if there's a hot cup of coffee on the table, our victim ain't been dead that long.
hmm Yeah, because I was thinking about how my microwave, if I turn it on, set it to cook something, then when it's done, if I don't take it out, it'll keep saying, food is ready or whatever. So I don't know. I couldn't tell what brand this microwave was either. So I don't know if maybe the all zeros meant that, it was done, or maybe it's that the clock wasn't set. But no, it can't be that the clock wasn't set, because it would have had four zeros, and it would
Yeah.
have been blinking. So, um, yeah.
Now, look, there, the stairwell, I notice this is the third floor, right?
hmm
So, if Koberger's running down those stairs or walking, how he had to come down the stairs, all there is to it. And he's got a big ass bloody knife in his hand. Was the not, you know what I mean? I was like, there's not a lot of blood splatter all over the place. Like, that doesn't mean anything. That means he wasn't running down wielding his knife, flash slinging it around everywhere to splatter blood everywhere, is what that tells me. But I don't know how many was there drops on those stairs leading down, right? That would be from upstairs to third floor.
Yeah, he could have also wiped his knife on his coveralls or something
And he
so that
certainly
it
could have
wasn't
before he,
showing the pattern,
yeah,
of
before
how
he
he went through the house.
exited Maddie's room and ran down these stairs here
Mm-hmm.
to land right in front of Dylan's bedroom to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the view of the entry to the living room where we saw the pong table set up. There's the top third floor landing where the girls had their little mini fridge
There's
situation.
two there.
There's side by side mini fridges, which is a good idea. If you don't have a lot of space in your room, why not? There's
Mm-hmm.
space out there. I ain't got to go that far to get my drink. Y'all stay out of my refrigerator.
That third thing, the chest of drawers right there, the black cylindric thing there, that's a Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It looks like my
Hmm. And
grandbaby's
there was one in the kitchen on one of the stools. It was blue.
the blue one.
Hmm.
And there it is again, right there. And then there's a little gray dresser beside the white one. And this is upstairs on third floor, Maddie and Kaylee's bedrooms. And that is the landing area. The doorway to bedroom. And that's their bathroom.
Oh,
What?
oh, my deer are hungry. There are three out here on the patio.
Feed us. It's feeding time,
Yeah, they're
ma'am.
like, you're a little tardy with breakfast. See, Kaylee has had the toilet paper roll
Yeah.
holder.
Oh, okay. So there's the girls' bathroom and black robe hanging up that we saw in the other images that were dropped. And that's the third floor landing going down. It's just not a lot of stuff. Okay, and there's the back porch area again from the back porch. There's the handprints that were on the window looking into the kitchen area. That's that little side area where the little brown table was sitting, looking into there. Again with the handprint. I can just imagine somebody walking up to the window and going, huh, and putting their hands up on the window,
Oh
to
yeah.
scare the individuals inside. Rah! I see that happening right there.
I mean, honestly, it could have been left over from Halloween.
Exactly. It sure could have. What was a month before was how? Not even a month
Not
before,
even
just
a month, couple
weeks.
weeks.
Couple
Hmm.
weeks. A view from the window looking in over the kitchen toward the microwave area, refrigerator, and the cabinet door that was open. Prints again. Possible prints around the handprint, like they're taping the fingerprints and such. Remember, we have video or we have images of the crime scene guys back there, with the ladies actually dusting for the fingerprints all over around the windows back there. They had no clue if that was a clue or not, right? If it mattered or not. Obviously, you see a handprint, you're gonna take it. And this is the front door again with the keypad entry. They had to make sure that it wasn't, damaged or tampered with, broken in, because there was no signs of forced entry into this home. Did we ever figure out what the green thing was on the half wall? Ah, Oh, okay. Little
Did you see
tissue.
the blood on the
Yeah,
tissue?
a little tissue with a blood spot. And I mean, it's not like a ton of blood, but it is a little blood spot out of the bathroom garbage can.
You know what? Above the toilet, the bottom row of the photos, the left and the center were redacted, but in this one photo, they
Hmm.
forgot to redact that center one. Is that Xana in the? Keep going up to the look at the collage over the toilet. Go up
They did
right here.
redact. I
That
don't know. Is that
was
Xana,
redacted before. I don't
or
know
is
who
that
is that.
more of is that a magazine cutout, some of Dylan's artwork?
Her obsession with eyebrows. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but they had it redacted in other photos.
Yeah, some of the other ones I noticed, and they weren't all redacted, but some of them were. So they actual individuals, right, compared to randoms out of a magazine. And there's
Shoot, those cops wouldn't know the difference.
I know, and not right off the bat like that. No.
Mm-mm.
So there's Maddie, Kaylee, and Xana's cars, and then the Chapin cars, and Ethan's car again. It's just a lot of leaves on that Jeep that didn't get blown away when it drove to the store or nothing. Didn't turn the wipers on to get a little bit of snow out of the way.
Maybe he hadn't been anywhere. I mean, it sounded like they were sitting on their butts all weekend drinking, going to
They
the
were
football game, going
going
to
to the
the frat
game.
house.
Only thing, Ethan went to the formal on Saturday night for a few hours. He didn't go to
Yeah,
the football game.
but maybe they drove that black car for that,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why it's there.
And I can see it sitting there for 2 days. I don't have an issue with that. I'm just saying there's a lot of leaves, in my opinion, to be sitting there
Hmm.
for just like 2 days. It feels like that's a few more days worth of leaves collected, unless it
Yeah, I
had
think we're saying the
massive
same thing.
windstorm. Yeah, I think it's just been sitting there a hot minute.
Hmm.
I just don't know why. And then there's the side of the house, on the front, looking at, yeah, the right side of the house from the front facing. And that's some of the ones we saw earlier, just little different angles, and then they'll zoom in on others. And back here is where, well, not quite up this close, but we have the images of the people back there taking the photos of the shoe impressions they found back there. And the discoloration with the foliage, the color of the leaves, getting down there and trying to pick out what's blood. I mean, because right now you got a little sea of red, right? What's blood and what isn't? What's the red berries? What's the red leaves? What's happening? Then no forced entry to the windows or the back slider. You can see how much the leaves have actually been falling in the area, Dolphin. Look at them all piled up around the front there on the walk.
Hmm.
And all that foliage was coming down back there on Molenta, making it so much easier to see the back of that house. Because in the summer it was so harder, just a lot harder to see it. Okay, so more of the bathroom. And it doesn't look like somebody went in there and just had a bloodbath in the bathroom at all. And remember that, Dylan has already stated, I hear them in the bathroom and there's crying. She was confused. They were around the corner, but not in the bathroom. She couldn't see them. Look at the little mini fireball bottles. Y'all got one of them convenience stores by your house when you walk up to pay for your whatever, your Coke or whatever you're getting that day, and there's don't drink and drive all over America, but yet we got the mini display full of Fireball right here. Get it on your checkout. Get it in the checkout. You can swig them little babies in your car and no one's going to notice. My old roommate, she loved her some Fireball, though. Can't say I didn't drink it with her on occasion. The utility space where the little room was at with the keypad door. That's that little space underneath in Bethany's room, it looks like, under the stairs. And then again with the living room at the top of the landing from the first floor to the second. And see that table's moved over even more here, Dolphin? They've slid it further toward the couch.
Yeah, they move and
It's
rearrange
all
all
the way.
kinds of stuff because there's a purse on the couch. That cup that's on the
Yeah,
couch was facing out originally, and then it's like turned
yeah,
around, and they moved the sweatshirt over. Yeah.
yeah. They were definitely moving stuff around there. Um, yeah, because it's pretty far over in those clips. And they must have removed the knife at that point from the table.
Yep. Probably bagged it.
Hmm. So was this the original location of the table, or was the other way the original location of the table?
The other way.
That's what I was thinking, because you can see it from the early
And
images,
the
right?
body cam footage when the
That
cop
were
first walked in the house.
from the Yeah, because it was slid over toward the center of the room more, and then they moved it
Kind
over.
of in front of that doorway.
Wonder, because you could see the clearance between the stairwell, that came up, and then the table on that end of the living room, and then over there toward Dylan's room. Um, that the backpack's been around the way too. Yeah. The We know there was all the time these kids were carrying their alcohol in their backpacks. There's the photos you were talking about, Dolphin on the window or shit on the wall in the
Yeah.
bathroom. And remember, guys, how she was talking about they were redacted earlier, and then
That one
in
in
the
the
one
middle.
image we could see the one. Yeah.
Do, 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 do.
Hmm. I don't know why they would redact them.
Cause
Maybe because it
people.
showed eyes. I
Yeah.
don't.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right, so there's Dylan's door open now to the inside. So if she's standing there, just imagine her with the crack facing. She sees him coming toward her for the first time. That's how she's described it. And then he gets here and she sees the bushy eyebrows. And at some point he sees her. And then he goes toward the kitchen. Then her whole head is out the door at some point, according to her. Another view from her room toward the kitchen, the utility closet again. I'm not seeing a sign of a cleanup that just occurred. The mop is in the bucket. Is it wet? Is there fresh water? Traces of blood? And again, with the kitchen and the order on the sink or the countertop over there. Let's see. What is that? Oh my goodness.
What are you looking at?
Oh, I was checking the
Oh,
chat
okay.
real quick. Thought okay, let me pull this back up so I can be. There we go. Okay. Now, see here they have it taped. They have it shut all the way, and then they have the tape on the door. And there's the macaroni and cheese box, the lid,
And the cheese packet.
cups, and then the blue speaker on the
Mm-hmm.
stool. And that's at an angle looking back toward Dylan's room from the kitchen. It's the landing up to the top third floor. So there were spots there, but that doesn't look like it was blood, or maybe they just didn't. Yeah, it looks like it's just discoloration stains on the wall. And then more of the stairs in the third floor area. Blood
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
right there. Because on the tray, because it's a brighter red, and these are where the little
Yeah, those are the
screws are in
nails.
there. And then this is the little darker spot, but that looks like drops of blood, doesn't it? And there's some right there on the step as well. On the bottom right there, I don't see anything here. It's hard to tell if that's on the wall, if that's anything other than scuff marks. There's definitely no bloody footprints. Do you know what I mean? Coming
Mm-hmm.
from the girl's room, across the landing, down the stairs,
Mm-hmm.
none of that.
That is pretty much what old Loose Lips Mabbit said, so the blood was contained to the bedrooms. Pretty much.
Yep, she sure did. Okay, the bathroom again. Let me zoom out just a little. Okay, more of the bathroom photos. There's some photos buried in the bottom. Koberger's car, and there was something. Gosh, we'll get to it. All right, and there's the inside of the car. This is Maddie's car.
Oh, those are memorable moments
What?
are us. It's a photo booth thing.
Oh yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, and that was her. The thing with the eye was her. What do you call it when you're a
Oh
waitress? Like the thing where you take your orders, your order pad and pen, and her
yeah.
apron,
Yes, because
and
she
her
was
purse was
the
in there.
server. Ladies, y'all take them purses in the house at night. People waiting to break into your car. Don't leave your guns or your purse in that damn car. What's this laying here on
And
the
an
back?
adapter to plug in those twinkle lights.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Now stop right here.
The old dog
Yeah, do
bed.
you notice the dog
Okay.
bed though?
Wait a
Zoom in.
minute. Okay. Uh-oh. Is
Yeah,
that
come
better?
down a little bit. Yeah. Do you notice that that's the stuffing from inside the dog bed? The dog, Murphy, shredded the damn bed. And then look at how there is snow around the bed. and a little bit on the sides or whatever. So it's like, and see how the stuffing goes down further towards that. I don't know if that's a bean bag or what. It feels like he had just done this. You know what I mean?
Like
Because
he
of
was,
being upset about what he heard in,
yeah.
earlier and everything. And the fact that if this door was open and if this is where he was barking from, anxious and all that, and he shredded the damn bed because the stuffing is
Oh
all the
yeah,
way
my
down to the other end.
if we left a bed in Annie's kennel and left her alone, that bed would be
Hmm.
destroyed because she'd be aggravated because we put her in the kennel, right? So the frustration could have made him do that. Was he outside? Um, he got back in the house at some point somehow. So I don't know if if he's left outside and he's frustrated he can't get back in. Would he tear it up? Then yeah, but I just don't know about this damn dog. And we'd always seen the photos of the other beanbag bed type thing at the other end of the house there, porch in early photos. I remember seeing that
Right.
and
So,
looking
but
to see if
think
there
of
was
it
any.
this way. I'm sorry not to cut you off, but think of it this way.
No, you're good. You're
Kaylee
good.
just came back. So the bed probably just came
Yeah.
back to the house also. Because Murphy was with her up at her
Yeah, it could
parents' house. She brought the kennel, his crate, and all his stuff back with her.
It could have been in the room with her. He could have drug it out the door with him. She could leave it out there for him to lay on when he's out on the porch. Does she have a habit of leaving Murphy on the porch? You know what I mean? He's fine up here. He's out. I don't know what their routine was
Hmm.
like. And if her slider was open and he could freely come and go, did he drag the bed out there with him that night or that morning? I don't know.
Yeah, I just think that
But it
it's
does look like it was the snow
fresh
laying there.
because of the way that the snow is and
Yeah,
everything. And what do
yeah.
you call it? If he had
There's
done
some
that like, a while ago, it's like, why wouldn't she have thrown that out? You know what I mean? Because that's destroyed.
right. Yeah. I mean, he could have took it out there. Either no matter how it got out there, he could have tore it up from
Hmm.
frustration alone. But was that an indicator that he couldn't get back inside? Because I don't know if Murphy would stay outside on
What?
purpose if he had a. I don't know if he would stay outside on purpose if he had a way back in. If he was fine, he might have been fine frolicking out there on the deck. You know what
Mm.
I mean? Enjoying the cold. Some dogs are cut out for colder weather than other dogs. Here in Florida, you can't have dogs that have lots of people make a mistake and they move here with these big huskies with all this hair, and then their dogs are about to die in the Florida heat. Then they want to come to a place and say, "Can you shave my dog?" And you're like, "Well, you understand why your dog has their coat, right? You're about to fuck your dog all up." Kind of maybe should have thought about that a little better. So some dogs are built more for the cold than my dog would freeze to death
Yeah.
living there. She would not have it. Some just run out there and frolic in it. I'm sure if y'all brought your dogs down here, they're like, "We're never going outside of your house. It is too hot. We're going to stay in here with the air." Or my dog gets out there and rolls in the grass. Okay. The utility closet area again. Again with the utility. And then the couch with the belongings on the couch that were left there. Xana's car. Oh, Xana. So there's the other phone that was in her glove box.
Mm-hmm. It's broken on the back side of it. And
Yeah,
that's
her
dry
old
shampoo.
phone.
That green and white bottle.
Can't stand that dry shampoo stuff. No, it doesn't work for me. And there's the back of her phone. And then, of course, Kaylee's Range Rover
With her purse in it.
with her purse in it. Goodness. And Maddie's car. Some redacted belongings. It looks like a
SkyWest
check.
Airlines.
Is
Yep.
it airlines,
It
not a
is a
check?
check from
Yeah,
SkyWest Airlines. And then
yeah,
that's
got
from the
it. See
Department
it.
of Motor
Address.
Vehicles, or Division of Motor Vehicles, Idaho.
Ethan's Jeep again. What does
It's
that
their
say? What
names.
they put there?
One says Maddie and
Oh,
one
is it?
says Xana.
I see it. Maddie Mogan, Santa Cronodal. They're marking where the rooms were at, or where they're. Back toward the kitchen, and there's the bar stools from around the corner that the cops had laid against the sliding glass door. And that blue stuff, guys, is where the cops come in and sprayed their the Blue Star or the amino or
Amino
whatever
Black
they're
or whatever.
using in there, the amino black. And notice how full the table is now. All this was sitting on the kitchen counter earlier. The orange juice bottles, containers, all of that's been moved from the kitchen counter by the stove and the sink over here to this door now, or to this table. I guess they were probably spraying all around the kitchen. Look at how it's lit up on the floor there. Hmm. There's the popcorn and the crock pot and all the things from the counter. They transferred over to here. And there's up close of the speaker. And the stairwell again from the first floor going up to the second. And they've then removed the items from the couch in this picture. The kitchen again. And there's Xana's DoorDash order. And now they've removed all things from the counter except for the bag. And they've sprayed the counter. See this all over the stove now. It's on the kitchen counter. The inside of the bag. The Jack in the Box sticker that was across the top. You can see the amino black all against the window there as well and on the counter. More of the inside of the bag. The contents from within the bag. And they've sprayed the whole kitchen
And those are
counter
the
there
fries.
too.
So she had two of whatever was in those sleeves. Like, I think somebody maybe said like food wraps or some sort of wrap or whatever. And then two orders of fries.
Possibly. What if Ethan was hungry too? At the time she
Mm-hmm.
ordered. I mean, maybe he passed out and on the way with the food or right after getting a little bit of food. Who
Mm-hmm. Those are
knows?
half eaten.
Yep. Yeah. And she must have laid her fries there, and then she's hearing something. Oh, Lord. And that's the mini fridges from upstairs. Items inside the little
Yeah,
basket
that pink
there.
thing is a Canon photo printer.
That's the little printer.
Bag of popcorn, makeup remover wipes, gum, glasses, lighter,
Gum,
all kinds of stuff in
a
there.
bottle of some
Hair
sort of
clip.
probably vitamins or
Mm-hmm.
something.
Yep.
And there's the inside of the
Yeah, Canon
case.
Ivy.
And there we have suspect vehicle 1. Now, what do we notice about suspect vehicle
Filthy.
1? What's the first thing I noticed? Now, by the time the cops get this car and get an actual picture of it, why is the outside of this car so filthy when this guy apparently was cleaning the inside of this car top to fucking bottom, inside out, but didn't care about the outside? I get it, took a cross country trip, Pennsylvania drive, all the things. But you cleaned it when she got home too, apparently, according to law enforcement. Are we still not caring about the outside of the car because the inside is what matters the most? I find that it's weird that he spent so much detail on the inside of that car for it to be. I'm not saying he didn't. It shows that how well he did do the inside of the car, but he didn't care about the outside of the car. For people to say, "Well, he wasn't cleaning his car," yeah, look at it. But the inside sure was clean.
Um,
All that road grime can stay, though. It's
I think
cool.
that's Maddie's
What?
mattress on the wall behind the car.
The one leaning up against the wall. Remember when we saw the load those
Mhm.
on the trucks outside the
Mhm.
road home? It does look like that's where they've
It's
taken
the
this stuff
smaller
to.
of the two. The other one is on the other side of the car.
And there's the large
That's the
mattress,
smaller one. Because look at the width of
the
it.
smaller
It's
one.
like about the size of the door, like the back door there.
Yeah. And I was thinking about the images on the back of that bed of that truck and the different mattresses that were back there. And look, the evidence bags that are sitting up here on the
Mhm.
shelf. That's definitely one of the large mattress or the mattress that come out of the house, one of the two. And there's evidence bags all lined up back there on the shelf. Look, just boxes and bags and boxes labeled. The front end of the Hyundai Elantra. Another view. Sure looks a lot like that car on 1112, doesn't
Do you
it?
think they dusted the car and that's why it's so
Maybe
dirty?
all that's on there. You think that's a good possibility, Dolphin?
Because
Does it?
I'm looking at his front window and everything,
Yeah,
and I'm like, as OCD as he is, he couldn't
yeah,
have driven with that window looking that hazy and stuff.
that
So maybe
dirty.
they've dusted the car and stuff already.
I can't tell because it kind of looks like it could be both, but it looks like it's a bunch of road grime. But yeah, it could be possibility from where they dusted the car because it makes
Shoot,
sense.
they stopped them in Indianapolis, which was only like what they were almost home, pretty much, right? And the
Yeah,
car was not looking like this.
not this bad. And you
Like
could
what,
see
less than a day from home or whatever.
remember when they took the car apart in Pennsylvania and then they shipped it back to Idaho? And when I say inside, they took the inside of the car apart. You can see the
Hmm.
seats here. Um, all the cushioning and all that is gone from the seats in that image. It's just the way that the marks on the car are, it's hard to tell if that's just road grime dirt if it's OCD as he is, you're right, it doesn't make sense for him to leave it that filthy. We saw similar markings on Jen Soto's car, right? Um, in the when they had it in the garage.
Oh, okay. I don't think I saw her
Dust
car.
around. Yeah, there's like this type of dust around the one of the doors.
Hmm.
Yeah. So very well could have sprayed it with something down to see if anything was going to pop out and stand out. Any blood. And there's their markings on the 2015 Hyundai Elantra. See, they had the door panels were already removed. All that was done
Hmm.
back in Pennsylvania. The brake pedals were all taken off this car and transported back to Idaho. Idaho we go.
See, and they've
And they've
sprayed
already,
stuff
yeah,
inside this car.
yeah.
See the
They,
armrest?
oh yeah, it's all over the steering wheel. It's all over the dash. So they've definitely went ahead and sprayed the inside. So I'm willing to bet that that outside was done as well, Dolphin.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the inside. You can see it really well there against the black. And again, there, it's everywhere. And then there's their evidence marker to establish that's on the blinker handle there,
Mm-hmm.
the gear shifter.
Yep, taking it out.
Yep, you can see where it's already being disassembled there. Yeah, Firefly, that's what we're chatting about. So Dolph, we're wondering now if the outside is so dirty from what they've sprayed on the car, because it doesn't make sense for our boy here to leave the outside that filthy. And if you look at the ones where they spray here, they've already sprayed the inside too. So, and I saw similar marks on Jen Soto's car when they had it in the garage processing it. So, see how there's wipes here almost? It appears. And they have evidence tape there as well on the side of the car. Pretty dirty windshield too.
Yeah, that's why I was like, he wouldn't have even been
Yeah.
able to see out of that.
Well, that's the end of the photos.
You didn't see the other mattress.
I didn't. Where's it at in the photos? Let's
It's
see.
on the right side where the table is.
On this side over here.
Mm-hmm. It's wrapped in green, like a green tarp. Yeah, there
Yeah,
it
in the
is.
tarp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's Xana's mattress. Cause see, it's larger than this
Yeah.
one.
And then there's all kinds of boxes there. I wonder if that's a lot of the belongings that were packed up out of the house as well are still there.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe.
stuff on the crates.
Oh, it could be stuff that they took out of his parents' house and out of his apartment.
It
Since
could
this
be.
is, evidence too.
Yeah, and there's something large back here behind the car. You see it in the bag.
Mm-hmm.
We whatever that is. Let me see. Can I get that to come down? That's a large item, whatever that is.
Golf clubs, maybe.
Could be the golf clubs bagged up like that and secured, and because we know those were taken out of the house.
Yeah.
All the evidence boxes that are stashed right back there, and then to the right, as we were zooming out, we could see the large boxes over here to the right. So yeah, that's crazy that their whole house and their whole life now is condensed to these boxes and bags and labels, right? And stuck into this large room of evidence. There was a lot to process with this case as far as the investigators were concerned. So much evidence to look through and go through. A real whodunit, right? In the moment, like,
Oh, yeah.
they had to think this is not going to take that long to solve. It was probably, what are your first thoughts when you hear of this kind of thing happening? A love triangle situation, a bad drug night, an overdose, somebody got mad at a party, things happen. So many different ways it could have went, and so many different plausible situations that could have caused what happened. Nothing caused it, obviously, but whatever happened to happen the way it did. And what were you a cop when you first roll up on scene and you're listening to your witness telling you what happened all night throughout that house? What was going through your mind? Does your cop training kick in and go, okay, I got to be really objective here and hear this out and then go where the evidence takes me? Or do you automatically go, oh, this girl, poor thing, nothing to even question her about? I don't know. I think they had questions. You can tell by some of the documents and the way they were questioning her and the things they said, you immediately you cannot look that way. I mean, I guess you can not look that way, but you wouldn't be a very good cop if you did. Ha, you just wouldn't. Oh, sorry guys, I hadn't been keeping up with what's being said in chat. Well, let's see. I don't know, Firefly, if they would or wouldn't. We just were having a conversation as we noticed right off that the car's filthy. So if you got a guy who's meticulously cleaning the inside of his car, why wouldn't he clean the outside? And that's when we wondered if they'd already dusted the car and sprayed it for something. They could have. We don't know. So if it's just road dirt, he didn't care about the outside of the car, obviously. But they would need to process the outside of that car, regardless if they thought he washed it or not. How long? 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Crystal Rogers' car was processed again 3 years later by another team of investigators, right? So why wouldn't they process the outside of the car? I just don't know if what we're seeing is caused from that or not. We know they did the inside as well because we can see it all over the place on the inside of the car. I'll have to find those photos of Jen Soto's car for comparison to show you guys because it's the same type of dusting marks that I saw. And I also know if you got bad brakes and your brake dust is coming off your car, it could end up all over your quarter panel back here, looking like this. I'm not seeing brake dust either. So I don't know. Yeah, he was looking for the detailing places. It doesn't make any sense to those of us who know his OCD brain for the outside of the car to be dirty, right? So it's either road grime or they've processed it, one of the two. All right, so y'all are saying these parents were arrested. Where are y'all seeing that at? Let me pull up something here. Oh, hold on one second. All right.
Okay, that's what I thought. So I was just double checking something. So like I said, when they got stopped in Indiana, they were almost to Indianapolis, right? So Indianapolis to Albrightsville, Pennsylvania is like 9.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a really good look at the car, you know, like through the bulk of the cross country drive, and then they drove like, 9, 10 hours more after
Yeah.
that. I just was like, yeah, that just looks really, like, really, really dirty.
Well, he's going to get a shitload of dirt on that car between Idaho and Pennsylvania. That's a given. But apparently we heard he was cleaning that car, so makes sense that he would clean the outside. I don't know when I don't know when what we're looking at in the photos, I don't know how that car got dirty. And yeah, they would never put that car on a trailer and haul it across country exposed to the elements. Hopefully they're not as stupid as some cops. And I'm referring to Tiffany's truck that was done just that way. Let's just haul it on a flatbed and drive it all down the beach and across the 3 Mile Bridge and into town and park it in a parking lot and hope for the best. And that's what they did. Hopefully cops learned their lessons. Now they took that car apart. They took the car apart in Pennsylvania, trailered it, and got it back to Idaho.
Was it the
Now,
FBI who shipped the car back or whatever?
yes, I believe it was,
Yeah.
according to the documents. So it was never going to be on a flatbed truck, just getting it across the country like that. It's a little
Yeah, I
much.
mean, they've already at that point, had driven like, what, 2,200 miles
Yeah.
or whatever, because he went a longer way. So it was like about 2,800 miles the way that they went. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know. Oh, you're welcome, Texas.
Yeah, there was going to be dirt on the car. Road grime is a given, but he was back in Pennsylvania. How long before he got arrested?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So
Hmm.
2 weeks of being back with the road grime all over your car. 2 weeks of cleaning the inside of the car again and again. But so I don't know. Would he have cleaned the outside? I think yeah. Probably it would don't make any sense for Koberger not to, as OCD as he is. I mean, he's sitting in the jail cleaning his crock.
I mean, his apartment was super clean,
Yeah. So it makes sense in my mind that
He's
that is
always
probably
neat.
some
Well,
processing
before the
evidence.
murders, he was always very well put
Yep.
together.
Yep, put together. Everything's on the up and up. Keep everything done. So yeah, I would make sense that he cleaned it on the outside as well, and that's probably some sort of processing evidence that we see. But it could be just pure road grime. I don't know. Okay. So where do y'all see about these people being arrested for this baby? Let's see. Oh, I don't want to watch somebody else's stream. I'd rather see a news piece about it.
That's for sure.
I'm not. I'm not doing it. I'll have to wait till later when it comes down, but I will show you while I look for it though. Let me show you what I was talking about, what this guy did. And I'll go see about finding that real quick. People talking about Stephon Stern's mother and father. Vinny is on. Is Vinny reporting that they've arrested the parents? Okay, let me get this up. I'll go check out what's up in a second. Let me get this pulled up. Okay, this was on Ashley Banfield, and they're going to show you the little girl.
Desperate search for a 7-month-old baby boy named Emmanuel Harrow. And the details that we've just learned about the baby's father and his criminal past, absolutely hair-raising. The number of children that have been moved out of the Harrow home into the custody of others is nothing short of alarming. Let me take you back for a moment. Baby Emmanuel was reported missing last Thursday. His mother, Rebecca Harrow, claimed that a stranger approached her from behind, said, "Hola," and then knocked her unconscious. She says when she woke up, baby Emmanuel was gone, right there in the parking lot, gone. But according to investigators, Rebecca's story didn't add up all the way. Rebecca refused a lie detector test, and both she and her husband have stopped cooperating with the police, the authorities say. To be clear, there have been no charges filed against Jake or Rebecca Harrow. And Jake's attorney insisted right here on this show last night that his client, Jake Harrow, is cooperating, despite that statement from the police suggesting otherwise. Tonight it is Jake's past, however, that is becoming a lot more worrisome. Yesterday, we learned about his felony child cruelty conviction, the one that put him in jail for 6 months back in 2023. Both Jake and his ex-wife, Vanessa Avila, pleaded guilty to the charges, and tonight we have learned that crime was committed against his own 10-week-old baby girl, a child who survived but suffered horrendous lifelong injuries. We've got photos of the child. And I should tell you that the family has given us permission to show those photos, likely as a warning about Jake Harrow. But I do want to tell you this. When we show you those photos, they are quite disturbing. So fair warning in advance. Here is the little girl in her hospital bed, 10 weeks old. She is recovering here from several fractures to her ribs, to her skull, and to her legs. She is also recovering from a brain hemorrhage. This little girl was eventually removed from the Harrow home, and she was adopted by one of Vanessa's cousins. That cousin has cared for this little girl and even renamed her. Her new name is Promise Faith. According to the cousin, Promise is now 7 years old, but take a look at this picture. The damage that she suffered from those injuries was permanent. Promise was left blind. Promise was left unable to walk. Promise was left unable to talk and unable to swallow due to strangulation. We are told from this cousin that Promise has 3% brain function, that Promise needs a feeding tube, and that Promise will need round-the-clock care for the rest of her life. So let's just contemplate this as you see these pictures. Jake Harrow, who beat this child, received 6 months in jail and probation afterwards. The same cousin who adopted this little girl, Promise, also took in Jake's oldest son, who she says was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. That child was named after his father, Jake, but the cousin also renamed the little boy. His new name is Carlos. And now this same cousin who has taken in 2 of Jake Harrow's children, one that Jake Harrow beat into a lifelong condition, another that was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. Now this cousin is caring for a 3rd child removed from the Harrow home just this week. A 2-year-old child was taken out of Jake and Rebecca's care. I'm joined now by true crime digital creator Abby Escobar, who spoke directly with this cousin who has been caring for these children. Abby uncovered these incredible details. First and foremost, I don't even know what the word is, apoplectic, devastated, angry, all of the above, that these 3 kids have had to be moved out of the Harrow home, and yet the Harrows still had children living there. Let's just start right there, Abby. Child cruelty, a prison sentence, and this little child was left with lifelong incapacities. How is it that they still had kids?
I don't get it. It is such a huge injustice. I mean, they practically killed that child, and here they are just living their lives like nothing even happened. How is that fair?
Well, and it's shocking to think that there were 2 other kids at least, and I don't know if there are more, but Jake Harrow Jr. renamed Carlos, and now this 2-year-old baby, not pictured on your screen, this is baby Promise, who's now 7, but another baby that's 2 years old that has been moved into the cousin's care, and of course baby Emmanuel. How is it that the authorities allowed children to live in this home? Are we getting any answers?
Yeah, you would think that any children they had would have immediately been taken by CPS just because of the history. But no, they were allowed to remarry, have more children, and nothing happened. I mean, this little girl actually...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, this little girl has to fight every day.
Guys, that is absolutely insane that this man was even outside of a jail breathing air that other little kids have to breathe. And to be in a position to be put right back into a space where children were, and to father more children. Not just even being around them, but to father more. That's totally disgusting. And they need to do some investigating into the DCF, Children Department of Families, whatever they call them in that area. Yeah, I would be wanting some answers if I lived there. And trust me, Florida, we know all about that shit, and we push back hard when we realize, what are y'all doing? You know, like, seriously, what are y'all doing, DCF? Come on. You got one job. Parents have one job, but they fail miserably time and time again. So your agency was put together to make sure it don't happen. But we're just going to give them back and leave them with parents and let them go create more babies. And oh my God, Hell no. Okay, this is a clip I found a few minutes ago from ABC News. I don't want to play anybody else's live while they're live and all that jive. I'm just not into it. So we're going to look at what ABC reported a little earlier.
This is Eyewitness News with live breaking news.
And good morning, I'm John Gregory. We have breaking news in the case of the missing baby, 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro. We've just learned both of his parents have been arrested. This followed an early morning operation by the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department at their home in Cabazon. A week ago, the mother, Rebecca Haro, reported her son was taken while she was in a store parking lot. Tuesday, a vehicle belonging to the baby's father, Jake Haro, was seized. We'll continue to follow this breaking news as more details become available. Well, extreme.
Well, that was short and sweet, wasn't it? Hold on. Oh, goodness. Where'd it go? Okay. That's about all they got on it, guys. They were taken into custody. I wonder if they'll both get charged and to what capacity. I'll have to keep an eye on that and see how that progresses with them. If the mom knows everything, will she crack and tell them where that baby's at? Right? That's what I wonder. They need to find him. Let's see. Oh, goodness. Get back over here. There we go. Dolphin went to go feed her deer. All right, let me look at chat real quick and make sure I haven't missed anything. If you guys had any questions, you guys have any thoughts and comments on what we were unpacking earlier, my goodness. We didn't even start about looking at the documents I was telling you guys we were going to start diving into. We will get there. What is today? Is it like Friday? It is. Oh, heck. The weekend done snuck up on me. Goodness gracious. Sheriff's Page's confirmation charged with murder. Yeah, she needs to go down too, especially if he's arrested for this. But you're the one out there crying, you got knocked out and somebody took your baby. Y'all come help me find them. Yeah, you lied. So, yeah, she needs to be charged. There's no excuse for it. Riley says, I was watching a dolly person the other day who was there. Careful out there on them YouTube streets. Yeah, he was out there. We don't need Sebastian Rogers 2.0, but yeah. There's another local YouTuber there that I'm not familiar with who's been there before Dolly got down there and was broadcasting live from the scene. He was actually there when the two homeless characters ran up and started the fire and ran off. They were there to capture all of that. And then Dolly shows up on scene.
Dolly
Vision.
Oh, he's covering this?
Well, there's a baby missing, yeah. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what that guy does over there in his world. I happened to see it across my feed though on this Emmanuel stuff like a couple nights ago. Because there was another YouTuber from the area that I don't know anything about that I know was there, and I was watching some of that guy's stuff. And then the next thing I know is on my feed was Dolly was there. And I'm like, Dolly, that's that same dude from Sebastian Rogers. So I clicked on out of curiosity and I was like, oh, yeah, he's there. He's waiting. He was hanging out waiting on the arrest so he could get it on camera. But that's all he's doing is stalking outside of the house and filming it. So no actual work, Anyway, but yeah, they've been out there covering it live. So I guess they've been arrested as they should be, and hopefully during the investigation they can at least find out where this little baby's at. I don't think there's going to be a good outcome. I'm not holding out hope this baby's alive. Yeah, y'all gonna see a lot of people out there on these streets covering this type of stuff. I don't venture off into those places too often. But I know there's people out there covering it all over the TikToks as usual, and the usual suspects are at play. Let me just put it that way. So I'll keep up on the important news, and we'll get it out there as needed. But I don't sit in these kid cases for long times on purpose because I'll get so fucking mad. I might lose my YouTube channel because now I got questions about this DCF. And why y'all giving babies, or why y'all letting people walk the streets who deserve to be in a prison over there with Koberger and Vallow and Daybell. Those people. Okay, I just can't with these kid cases. I don't seek them out on purpose. If I stumble upon them accidentally and stuff happens, like in Maddie's case and Sebastian going missing at the same time, the outcomes of those cases were incredibly different. The way they were covered turned me off. So yeah, there's a lot of I'm just careful on the YouTube streets. You guys do the same. Take all the information rolling in with a big old grain of salt, especially if they're not flying receipts at you. Yeah, I mean, I've been there, y'all. I was there when Elizabeth Smart disappeared. I know some of y'all gonna go, who's that? That's how long I've been following kids' cases and hell, let's go before her. Let's go all the way back to little Adam Walsh. Let's go that far back. So I can't sit in these cases too long. I know me better than I know anything else on the face of the earth, right? I'll cover them, but I can't dwell in them and look into all the things because those are the cases that will get to me. And I protect my energy, so I try to pick my battles, you know what I'm saying? Y'all do the same. Protect yourselves out there. Stay strong and be safe on them YouTube streets for certain. Well, Dolphin, I think I'm going to wrap it up for right now. I'm going to review some more of that stuff, and if there's anything
Okay.
that I want to talk about it, because there's still a whole other subject I want to get to, unpacking these Idaho 4 documents. And guys, we're still waiting on the items on the docket to become unsealed. The first batch of 43 documents they were talking about, it looks like both sides have their submissions in for all of that now, so we're just waiting for them to finalize all that. And the hearing on the injunction filed by Maddie's mom won't be heard until the 28th, so all that stuff is still happening, and we'll figure it out as we could continue to move through it and unpack it. And the way we do it here, I appreciate all you guys for coming in and unpacking it with us and going through. Hang on, did it drop her off again? Let me see. It did. Oh, there you are. You're back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was snacking and then I just looked up and saw it was
It
gone. But
dropped you off.
sorry, I've been crunching
And
on some food here in the background.
I don't know what I want for dinner tonight. My brain's already going, what are you going to have for dinner? And then just lay up and do nothing. Do your typical Friday night. Try not to do too much. It's like, I don't want to cook. Been doing that shit all week. So, yeah, I have to get my kid to bring me home some supper tonight from town. All right. Well, thanks for coming up here and chatting with me. I know you guys were unpacking some of this last night.
Mm-hmm.
I viewed it and went over some of it as well. So I think Jeff was asking earlier in chat about where these photos came from. They're part of the ISP drop, and these are from a Google Drive. That's where I got them. There's several places to get them, and they're in Google Drives. I can drop the link let me make a note, though, because I'll tell y'all I will drop these links, and then I forget, and, like, I don't remember. So if one of my mods notices in a few hours I haven't done something I said I would do, y'all remind me, and I'll do it. But I can add the link into the community tab for you guys, so you can go and review them and have them for your evidence collection. I don't know what to call it. I call it the evidence case files of the Brian Koberger case. So anyway, here we are. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. Y'all have a beautiful weekend. I will not see y'all Saturday or Sunday unless something just dire has to be said. Otherwise, it'll keep till Monday morning. This case isn't going anywhere. The documents, none of the things are going anywhere. I try to touch grass on the weekends and get all this out of my head so it doesn't affect me. I have to touch grass or I won't be right. So, but I'll be out and about. Y'all know me. I'll be on them streets somewhere, lurking and somewhere. So I'll see you guys then. We always order food on Fridays. Yes, exactly. Have that day off, right? I'm looking forward to it. All right, guys, y'all have a good one, and I'll see you back here on Monday morning for sure, if I don't see you before then. All right, y'all have a good one.
Thank you all for watching this here video.